What am I doing? Happy Tuesday. You are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And we are also live on Facebook in my Real Talk with Karen Stacy group. And my guest for this evening is Miss Tia Maria.
Hi.
Hi, Tia.
Hi, Karen.
I don't know. People are going to start to think we like each other or something.
I know. We like coming on your show. You have to come on my show.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Right?
Is that an invitation?
I was thinking about that. I go, wait a second. Why can't you come on mine?
I can't say for sure.
Aw, yes.
Yeah.
We'll put you on there.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, why not? Nobody
what can we talk about? Everybody knows everything about you. No?
Well, actually, I don't know that everybody knows everything about me. I've had people actually say that they wanted someone to come on my show and actually
interview you.
Talk to me.
Okay.
I mean, I don't necessarily.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll come on your show and I'll interview you. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that I'm not really like an interviewer type of person. It's just real talk. We talk.
Right.
We just bring stuff up and we talk. So I'm not a journalist, and I don't play one on the radio either. So,
right.
I
will do that. That'll be our spring future adventure.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. So thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk. Please, if you can tag a friend on Facebook Live or just let everybody know that we're here, that would be totally cool. So, Tia, you are a repeat offender on Real Talk. Mm-hmm. And there are there's somebody that lives under a rock somewhere that may not know who you are. So let's just start off the show by doing a little...
may not want to know me anymore.
Oh, boy. Okay, whatever the case. Well, let them get to know you first.
It's one of those two.
Let them get to know you first before they don't want to know you.
But before we start, can I give you a gift?
Oh, presents this early?
Yes,
okay.
Because I'm busting, and I got so many texts today.
Did you?
Asking me what the surprise was. And I said, if I told you,
it wouldn't be a surprise
for them.
Right, that's
but
true.
But some of them insisted on knowing the surprise.
Really?
And I had to...
Did you divulge?
No, I debunked.
You did. There's no debunking.
All these words. I need a thesaurus when I'm with you.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's a big word.
So I have a couple of gifts.
A couple?
First gift I'm going to give you is a magazine about me.
Enough about you. Let's talk about me. First gift I'm giving you is the gift of Tia.
Is a magazine
You're the best, Tia. That's all.
I am in the Rivertown magazine, page 36 and 37, I think, about events by Tia Maria.
That's very cool.
And I wanted to put a little marker on it because I couldn't find it. I was so pissed when I got to find it because I want to show you. I'm so excited.
Well, you said it's 36, so...
Right? But yeah, you think we could see that?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea if it's 36.
Yeah,
right?
you just count. See, this is why blondes need brunettes in their world.
see if you could see.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I think it's 36.
Now, of course, I can't see either because I got to put the glasses on. I got to take the glasses off.
36?
I'm getting old. Who could see a page number?
Those little numbers on the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh.
I can't see. I'm looking for the pictures. This is 55. You're way beyond.
No, that's 36.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like any other reading. You just look for the pictures. I mean, we should be able to find it. I can't see. Fangul, exactly. We gotta
right, let me see if I can see.
Hold on, we're almost here. Let's see what this says. This says 43, so we're really like, this is the blind leading the blind, and there's no pun intended on this one. Tia, did they lie to you? Maybe you're not in this.
I don't believe me. When I got it, I was searching for it, and I couldn't find it, and I was so mad.
Uh-oh.
But I found it.
You did find it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're still looking. Thank God we got 2 hours, and you were worried.
I was going to put a little sticky.
You got to put a little sticky note on it.
Did you get 36?
I am still looking.
Look at the numbers on the
bottom.
bottom.
I can't see.
Really?
There's no numbers on the bottom. The numbers are on the top.
Oh, maybe that's what I was.
And now we're at 47, but I went to
36.
You sure it was 36?
Let me just look.
Because now, where are we at? That is 23. I went through this already.
Yeah. 26.
Yeah, but I went through all this, Mama.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe it's not 36 then. Maybe you're further. Because I am definitely, and I mean, it's not.
It doesn't work when you do it that way.
It doesn't?
No. Because they get stuck with each other.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden.
Okay, well, I am sorry.
If anybody wants to
be
pee
patient.
Now, if they want to go pee now, I guess
yeah,
they can go.
Right. Now that I'm skimming through the magazine because Tia didn't.
Sorry, didn't do
there we go.
What page?
Right, not 36, but 85. I mean, it was very close.
So I'm on page 85. Look how cool. Look.
I don't know if you guys can
Frank.
see that.
There's a lot of people. There's Christina Cavallo. There's Francesca DiMartino, Gail, Joy, and there's Lenora and me. There's Frank, and this is Margot, and that's Dan from the Coliseum.
Cool.
That I set them two up.
See, why am I not on this?
Well, I actually I had to give them pictures, but they took the pictures that fit in the spots, you know?
Right, of course.
So, I was happy with it.
Can we see that?
So, let me look at it again. I get excited. Okay, what else is there? Okay, so that was it, but this is a present.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay.
See, I get the magazine that I can look through again.
Yeah, that's
and
yours.
Find. Thank you, Tia. You're the best.
Okay, now we're going to be discussing, I know, my singles event that's coming up on Friday night. I'm giving you 2 free tickets.
Oh, my. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's for you. And for the past 2 months, Karen and I have been working on Karen's logo with my son Danny. And what happened was he's in Paris right now for a week.
Lucky
so he was
beaver.
taking so long with it. I mean, Karen, there were certain things that you would alter with it, and just to go back and forth. He was just so busy with work and so much with his his drawings that he really put us last on the list.
Well, so just to let people know, he was drawing he was physically creating a logo.
Right.
So he was.
So
was his
finally,
artwork.
thank goodness, right before he left, he finished everything, and you were able to see the drafts and everything. But this is a gift from myself because I felt really bad, you know what I mean, that, you paid for that and it took so long to do. So this is for you.
Thank you.
It's a present for you.
I
so you
love
get to
presents.
see it.
Dun, 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 dun.
And we're going to see everybody to see it.
Oh my God, how freaking cool.
How funny is that?
Look at that. Who's that chick?
Let's see. Put it real close.
Who's that chick? Yeah, but they
do it
can't
close.
see.
Oh, they can't do it close.
Well,
right.
there's no camera guy,
Oh, right.
Tia.
How cool
Wait,
is
but you
that?
gotta go like this. No, because
I
the
got
light.
it even better.
Look.
Who is that? That's so you. It's
Tia,
hysterical.
I freaking love this thing. How cool is this?
Well, I also want to show people so they can actually see it a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So I made this up for you, but everybody could see that. Look at Karen's new logo.
That is so
So now
awesome.
you're gonna get banners.
That is so awesome. I love it.
So then when my son Danny was creating it, my daughter was here.
Oh,
and
I love
my
the one
daughter
your
said,
did too.
"What are you doing, Danny?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm doing this for Mom, one of her crazy friends."
A freaking pain in the ass.
One of her crazy friends. And she said she took some charcoal and she drew this.
Phenomenal. Wait until you see this one too.
So this is another one.
But wait, we got to go like this because of the light.
Did you see that?
Look how freaking awesome that is. She drew that.
So this is my daughter that drew this.
So her son and her daughter. And
are
these
both
were like 2
amazing
different
artists.
interpretations of the same human.
It's amazing.
How cool is that?
So that's your surprise.
Thank you so
all
much.
Of that.
However, I love it, and I thank you.
the clipboard comes.
And that's all. I'm throwing things around now.
The clipboard comes back to me.
The clipboard goes back to you. You can have the clipboard.
But again,
as
the
long as
drawing.
I get the cool stuff.
How cool is that?
I
right?
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So that's for you.
Thank you for sharing your talented children with us as well.
So that was her surprise, everybody. A lot of people thought some crazy things. So
what did they think?
I don't know, weird things.
Something battery operated?
No, that's here over here. But that was your surprise. So
I love it.
Happy
Thank you.
surprise.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
I love it. Thank you.
And
thank
now,
you. Thank you.
like what I try to encourage with everybody that has businesses or services, get a banner. The pull-up banners. So wherever you are, or whenever you're doing a show, or whenever you're someplace and you want to advertise, I encourage my photographer, my videographer to do that. All the people that have been coming to my expo, they're all ordering them. If anybody wants to order them, Robert White is doing it. He's drawing up the actual flyer, and you can order a banner, and it's all for $200. Because when you do order a banner, you need the setup. And if you don't know how to do a setup, you need somebody to do it. So he just did our friend Mary Ramos's. He's doing our friend Christina Cavallo. There's so many people that are getting them. So and he just did mine, my events, my fashions by Tia Maria. So if you want to reach out to him, he's great at that.
Awesome.
So enjoy your present.
Thank you. So now, you
leave
just...
my son alone. He's in Paris now. My daughter's in Cabo.
Nice.
Kids.
Nice, I know. And look at us, freezing in a shed.
I want to go to Florida.
Frozen
as soon as my daughter comes back, I'm going to go see her because she's in ASU in Arizona.
As Arizona, right?
So she's in Arizona, so I will go see her over there. But she goes, I can't go. She goes, I'm going away, and she thinks she's Paris Hilton.
I wonder why.
I don't know why. And those poses, like all she does is she'll move her hair like. And she's got this beautiful pose. Me, it looks crazy when I do that.
Well, remember, when you're 20, how old is she?
21.
Yeah, hello.
And when she puts one foot in front of the other, she looks like a model. Me, I fall. So, but enjoy yourself, my kids. Just send me the bill.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's you always enjoy yourself.
No, my son Danny is self-sufficient. He does great. He's a graphic designer in Manhattan. He does very well for himself. And he's such a good kid. No problem at all. Easygoing. My daughter likes my money.
Well, that's what daughters do. Yeah. What can I tell you?
I just hope when she's, when she gets 21, she, makes maybe about $200,000 for the year. She's going to be a happy camper.
She's going to need to, right?
Yep.
Well, let's start off by letting people know again, who you are and what you do, because there are some listeners that may not know who Tia Maria is.
Mm-hmm. Who am I?
I have no freaking idea.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm an event
who you
coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And I do monthly social gathering events. Mostly I'm at the Coliseum in White Plains. And then just recently I was at the Time Hotel where we had Barry White, Big Daddy Boo Bear, Jordan Carroll, and then we had Charlie Latovin and DJ Bobby Flowers. Mm-hmm. We had a great event over there. My next event, which we're going to be talking about, is at the Coliseum. But that's basically what I'm doing. I do the events, and I just added on to events by Tia Maria. I added on fashions by Tia Maria. Going back to my roots when I was at 18, I sold clothing and accessories and jewelry. So right now we're doing with the jewelry and the accessories.
You didn't wear nothing.
I didn't have a turtleneck on because I'm all bundled up because I knew I was going to be
one over the turtleneck.
But I thought I was going to be cold.
So that would have made you not cold if you had.
And you know what? I got to be honest. I'm all sold out right now. I don't have much stuff. We just had the event on Friday night, and I did my display. I sold out on everything. Everybody at the event had necklaces on. It was really funny. All the girls had these beautiful necklaces on. We took tons of pictures. But, a lot of my stock is gone. So I'm actually going tomorrow. I tell everybody where I get my stuff. You want to go on 6th Avenue and drop a couple of grand, go ahead. But I get my stuff on 6th Avenue. So I'm going to be going actually to my office tomorrow, and then I'm going to go to 6th Avenue, go get some more jewelry.
So not
some
clothes,
accessories.
Jewelry.
Well, clothing, when I come across something really good, or like those ponchos, I had these ponchos. I sold 36 of them. Mm-hmm. Just that when I see one thing that I really like, I get it in every color, and I buy so much of it.
I do that in my normal wardrobe.
Yeah, everybody wants it, so I stick to the one thing. I sold ponchos the whole winter. But there are going to be some spring ponchos and some other things. But I don't want to get too much into clothing.
Oh my God! But I got to tell you, I loved that coat. I was modeling that
Fur coat.
the fur with the
denim.
dungaree denim. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
That was so.
But that
awesome.
was $800.
I know.
My jewelry ranges, my necklaces, $20, $30, $40. I mean, they're not even 50, 60.
Right.
So people are buying 3, 4 necklaces. Francesca Iannini, you know her, Francesca? I think she bought like 5 or 6 necklaces.
Wow.
You know? So it's like, they're affordable. So you don't mind buying a whole bunch of them. And then they're the greatest thing, because something like what I have on, a black outfit, you throw a necklace on it, you look like you're ready to go out,
exactly,
on the town.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost that much.
Accessorize.
Right.
Well, that's how I feel about shoes. You can put on the crappiest outfit in the world, you put on a pair of hot shoes, you're good to
and
go.
And that's it. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Well, you guys are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are also live on the Facebook group, Real Talk with Karen Stacy, and my guest tonight is Tia Maria. And one of the reasons Tia came on the show, besides to bring me presents, is to talk about Friday night. So what is the date on Friday?
Friday, March 8th.
March 8th. See, I don't even know what day it is.
It's going to be at 7:30 to 10 o'clock. It's going to be at the Coliseum in White Plains. And it's going to be my first singles event. Right.
So it's a singles event. So and it like what does that actually mean?
Well, this is how it all started. I mean, I'm with Frank now 6 years, and for 6 years, everybody's been asking me to have a singles event, and I would always say, I'm a couple. I can't have a singles event. How would Frank feel if I was doing it? I would never make him, if he ever wanted to have a singles event, if I was him, I would never allow me to do it, But I said, you know what? So many people were asking. I said, let me ask Frank. I said, Frank, I wanted to have a singles event. What do you think? He goes, go ahead. I go, go ahead? What? Do you care that there's going to be single guys there and me? He's like, no. He's very secure.
Yeah, but wait, and I have to interrupt you because we've had this conversation a number of times. Explain to me why you would think that there would be a problem with Frank. Like, why would Frank have a problem with that?
Because you know what it is? I think what it was is that I know how men are. Okay. And the first thing that they'll say is they'll go, oh, are you available? Or if anything happens with you and Frank, give me a call. I hate.
Yeah, but they're going to do that.
It's so,
but wait a second.
It's so disrespectful.
People are going to but I'm not saying it isn't disrespectful, but people are going to do that at any event. It doesn't have to be a singles event.
I'm going to tell you something. People that know me don't do that.
Well,
and people that know Frank don't do that. Well, however, people that don't know me and don't know Frank do that. And people on Facebook that, I mean, you're clearly seeing that there's a picture of me and my boyfriend, and you're still doing that, you get blocked.
Well, that's my point.
You don't even get a chance.
Listen, people do it. I mean,
well, I don't want to be. You know what? I just don't want to be around that.
Understood.
However, so Frank will be there too.
Okay.
And it's so funny. I'm going to get sidetracked a little bit. It's funny because I was talking to Anthony about we are going to probably be doing an event with Anthony and DJ Serge in the future. Anthony Mangini. And Anthony had said, he didn't know that I was engaged to Frank. So I just want to show Anthony, I am engaged to Frank for 6 years. He didn't know that. Did you know that?
Did I know that Anthony didn't know?
That?
I don't know. I love you, Tia, but your status never really came up.
No, but I'm just saying is Anthony never knew that. And it's like, I'm engaged. I was dating Frank 8 months, and you know what I mean? He had asked me then. I'm with him 6 years. So we're engaged, I just wanted to tell Anthony.
Engaged to not be married, though.
I just wanted to tell Anthony I'm engaged,
Engaged to not be married.
I'm engaged to not to be married, correct. But I did take it off of my status because people would say to me, when do you get married?
Right.
And we're not getting married. We both have decided right now in our life.
It's a promise ring.
We live separately. We live in the same building. And we're not getting married. So, who knows in 5-10 years, but right now we're not, and we get along amazing. He's a great guy. And, I guess we're both lucky that we met each other and we're both on the same page.
Well, and yes, and you're also, most people have a great relationship when they don't live together.
Right.
Living together is always a challenging aspect of life.
Right. Like my mom will say sometimes, just have sex and tell them to go home.
Right.
My mother, 88. No.
God bless her. Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, and that seems like any person's dream, right?
Right. Even married couples' dreams.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
How many married people live separately in they live together, but they have separate rooms because he snores, or she, or she goes to bed early, or whatever. Everybody, I forgot who I was with today. They were like, "No, we have separate rooms because he snores." I'm like, "Really?" I go, "How long you with this?" She's like, 8 years. She goes, "But I've been sleeping in the other room for the past 5 years." I'm like, "Okay, not me. I'm my house, nice and quiet. I got my cat lays on me, and Frank's laying downstairs in his own bed."
Well, God bless. I mean, listen, you got to do what works.
But I'm sorry. Back to my event. So, just going back to that, it's going to be 7:30 to 10, and we're hoping that singles come there, not married people. But if you're single, you can come there. We're asking that whatever you are to bring a friend of the opposite sex. So obviously, if you're a guy, bring a girl of the opposite sex, and vice versa. Just so that we try to keep the ratio, even. And then it's going to be $25 to get in. There's going to be music, and there's going to be complimentary hors d'oeuvres passed around, like a lot of hors d'oeuvres.
Are they going to do those little lamb things?
Yeah.
Oh my God, those things are
the
to
salmon,
die for.
the lamb.
Those
They're going to
things are
have
to die
all of
for.
that. So that's going to be going on probably for an hour, and we're going to have light music. The lights are going to be on, and people are like, "How are we going to meet?" Because you have Big Mouth over here that's going to be introducing people, or if I see you and I'm like, "You know what, I think that you would be good with this guy," I'm going to be, "Come on, Karen, come over here and meet him." Honestly, we don't know the ratio of what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a success, if it's going to be a flop, but this is what people have asked for. So I am just giving you what you're asking for. Now you have to reciprocate and have to come, and support what you're asking for. So I do have a lot of guys coming that I know. I have a lot of girls coming that I know. And, but who knows the last time, it's a Friday. Everybody always has an excuse sometimes. They couldn't get there, they're late, go work late. So we are saying after 10 o'clock, anybody can come.
It's open to the public.
It's open to the public at 10 o'clock. It's going to be $10 to get in. And we're going to have DJ Lenny Santawasso on the DJ. He's on the mix. On the mix, right?
It's so cute.
He's going to be on the mix.
Yes.
And it's probably to be like till 1:30. I'm probably going to leave early because I'm tired on Fridays.
You're tired whenever, are you?
Tired, yeah. So, but like I said, 7:30 to 10 is singles. And then 10 to 1:30 is going to be DJ Lenny.
All right, so so there's no DJ music. So in other words, while the 7:30 to 10, there's no music.
Yes, there is. It's going to be the music that's plugged into the
Gotcha.
Coliseum, which I think is amazing.
Okay,
Sometimes I hear them and I'm like, "Oh my God, who's playing?" And it's freaking what a series or whatever they got.
Oh, Sirius?
Sirius, whatever they have. But the music is amazing. I don't want it to be too loud or too much because it's more talking. And I do have some of the women that are going to be coming that have big mouths like me. And they're going to be helping me out introducing people. And I look at it this way. Listen, you may not meet your mate that night, but you might meet a girlfriend that you could go out to dinner with, that you could go out with, that maybe you don't have anybody, or maybe you meet a guy that you don't like, but he has a friend. So everybody have an open mind. And remember, this is my first event. So if the ratio is too many guys with not enough girls and vice versa, you got to start off somewhere for people to catch on to say, hey, this is a place where there's all single people there that you don't have to worry about going up to somebody and they're divorced or they're getting, they're living with their
they are divorced.
They're living,
if they're single, that means
they're
they're
divorced and they're living with their wives and their
well, you can't
ex-wives
listen. You don't know that they're going to be divorced and still living with their wife.
Hopefully.
Are you doing background checks on everybody?
Well, I would like to.
Oh, geez, that's all. I know you said you wanted their portfolio.
No, I wanted W-2s.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Everybody knows that I like to create projects. So this could work out where if I do well with this and I do get a lot of singles and it's a good response, I might just open up a dating service, which I've always wanted to do, where I interview the woman, I interview a guy, and then I connect them. There would be a charge for it. I would have an office. You'd come in to do it, and then I would have monthly events.
Like that matchmaker lady that she used to, I forgot her name, and she did the mixers and all that kind of stuff. But millionaire matchmaker, I think it was. Right,
exactly. But I would do it a little different. There was this place that it was called The Two of Us. It was in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that to me.
It was my idea that I happened to find that somebody was doing it in New Jersey. It was $3,500 to join them.
Okay.
They would give you 12 people that you would go out with. After 12, that's it. But I would be different. I would actually do something like $500 for 3 people. So I definitely do have that in the back of my head about doing a matchmaking because I'm good at it. I've been doing it for my whole life.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, what made you, like you've never done this before. So you said
I've never done it public. I've never done it on Facebook or publicly.
Okay, you mean like in terms of like at your events,
right? I never made it into an event, right?
Okay, but I'm saying, then when did you do it? Just in your personal life?
I would come across people, and I would be like, Karen, I got this guy's perfect for you, and then I would show you guys pictures, and they'd be like, okay, I just recently set 2 people. As a matter of fact, I just recently set somebody up when we were at Bella Vita's at the deli.
Okay.
And 2 people saw each other, and I was like, he's single, she's single. They would come into my singles event, and they met each other. And now they're dating each other. Well, so I'm like, oh, okay, I just lost a good guy and a good girl.
Well, not really. You gained it.
I set them up, yeah. And prior to that, my expo, one of my vendors, gorgeous girl. And somebody that I deal with, with the venues. They were both looking for exactly what they told me what they were looking for. They were like, in your events, if you see somebody like this, or you see, and the 2 of them explained to each other exactly each other. I set them up. They're great. They're going out with each other now 2.5 months.
No, that's good.
Yeah, so I lost them too as customers.
Listen, hopefully everything's good for 2.5 months. It's usually good up to like 5 months, and then that's when everything starts to go a little quicker.
And you also have to remember, I can only introduce you to them unless it was an ex-boyfriend of mine and I know how he is in a relationship. I don't know how men are.
Right, of course not.
I don't know.
If you don't have a relationship with them, you don't know what they could be sweethearts, and then when you date them, they could be like they own you.
Yeah, and the only way that I do get to know who they are is if they dated a friend of mine and they broke up and they would say, "Oh, he's a stalker," or "He's jealous," or "He's a cheater," or that's the only way. So sometimes I do have a good history of them from other people that had dated them. So I'm pretty much good with that. But as far as, like, they'll say to me, how is he to date? I don't know. I didn't date him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's also hearsay anyway, because, sometimes you like, you could...
Sometimes it's the girl that's the nut.
Right. Well, you have to have the right chemistry with somebody. When, my late husband, he cheated. I met him because he was cheating on his girlfriend, so he always cheated on his girlfriend. Right. And I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty positive he wasn't cheating on me. Right. So it just takes the right person to make everything fit. So you know what? Somebody could be jealous. Somebody could be this, that, and of course, those are qualities that don't really fade. But, if you're secure and you're good with somebody, then all those things kind of go out the window. Right. Mm-hmm. So I guess you just have to be with the right person.
And to me, I don't care what anybody says, it's chemistry.
You see somebody, well, that's what I'm saying.
And you see somebody and you just say, I want to rip their clothes off and have sex with them, definitely date them.
I know, but you know what? I got to tell you, though, I feel like sometimes that's bad, though, because when you have that type of chemistry with somebody...
How bad they are, right?
No, well, yes. But also it kind of like implodes, because at that point you don't want to know nothing else about them really, like, except that.
Well, I think we're older now. I think that
I know, but you're not single, so I think you can't say that with all
Well, listen, when I saw Frank, oh God, I was totally attracted to him. Even before he even spoke, but I was I am just as attractive to him now as I was 6 years ago when I saw him, and it's what I think. Sometimes even if, like, he never gets mad at me, it's always me if I get mad at him, and I'll just look at him and just say, oh, but I look at him with lust, with anger and lust. And that's such a great thing to have when you are with somebody, because when you have that and you do meet somebody that's a good person, that's like
well,
perfect.
It makes them more attractive,
Yeah.
because you can see somebody and you might have chemistry with them physically, but then you don't connect with them like that. So it's very, and even the opposite, there are a lot of people that you can connect with, like
that opposite
that aren't, but that you don't really have chemistry with, like physical chemistry, but maybe you have like something there, and that kind of sucks worse, because then you're trying to make that become something, because you're like, damn, like I really like this person, like I really enjoy their company, but
they're
like
just as good as a friend.
I'm not, like friends. I have no desire to jump their bones.
Right.
So like now what do I do with that? I mean, eventually
you keep them as a friend.
Right. But I'm saying, I mean, the best relationship is to actually form a friendship first, right? And then
not me. I don't think so.
Well, that's ideally the thing, and especially as adults now,
as we're getting older,
you need to have some type of a connection with somebody. Right. So it's not just about. I mean, sex is sex, but
listen, we're all in our late 40s and 50s. It's all about sex, because picture us in our 60s, our 70s, and 80s. Will it still be about sex?
Well, if it's only about sex at this point, then what is it going to be in another 10 years?
Is, like, you know what? When we're in our 70s and 80s, it's companionship, right?
Right, but how do you get companionship? Because if you're just having sex with somebody and there's no connection, then they're not going to be around when you're 70
I
years
think
old.
At this age right now, it's chemistry. Because we all are who we are. We all have the jobs that we have. We all are established money-wise. This is it. What we are right now is like we know who we are, right? We know our bad habits. We know our good habits. We know our bad traits, our good traits. So right now, my advice to people would be, when you meet somebody, make sure there's chemistry there first. And then, obviously, if they're not a good person, you're gonna have to skip over them. But if they're a good person, then get to know. Then try to, to get your personalities to mix with each other. But I definitely am all about chemistry.
Right, but like
first.
But again, it really, this is definitely a very different climate, with age and everything else. Being single at this stage of the game, and I've talked about this on the show numerous times, is very, very different. Yes, we all know what we bring to the table, but a lot of us at this age, if we are single, a lot of people are set in their ways as well.
Right.
So, like, for instance, the relationship that you and Frank have is not a traditional
normal
type of relationship. Right. I'm using the word traditional. You could use normal. So, it's all, see, I told you.
That's all right.
Didn't I tell you to turn it off?
It's off.
It's not off.
And it's buzzing under my ass.
It's ringing, and everybody could hear it ringing.
Okay.
See, here on Real Talk with Karen Stacy, she yells at her guests. I told her to turn off her phone, but it's
turned off.
She doesn't. If it was turned off, it wouldn't be ringing.
Really?
Yes, it can't.
I put the ring down.
Well, you must have hit the wrong button. See,
it stopped.
See, this is why you're not. If you were single and you hit the wrong button, there'd be no chemistry.
Right. That's true.
You got to get the right button. But I mean, I've talked about this, like I said, on the show a lot, and what you just said was a very pertinent point. Is that we're all established now. Mm-hmm. So, when you meet somebody when you're younger, you're building a life together, right? You meet, you're forming this bond. Then
you grow together.
And you're probably you buy a house together, you get married, you have kids, you build this life and you become one.
Compatible to each other.
But you become one.
Right. That's because you guys have no bad habits or anything.
No, that's absolutely incorrect. Of course people have bad habits.
No,
but
listen,
they're just younger.
I know when I met my ex-husband, I was 17.
Okay.
17. So that most of the people my age that are divorced, we got married really young.
Understood, but you're still young and you're growing up, so there were still bad habits because of the fact that you didn't learn. You were perfect. Well, other than you, Tia.
And so is he.
Other than you.
It's as we get older that we get, that like at 35, I started to say, I don't know if this is the greatest guy in the world, handsome, money, great dad, everything, great husband. It was me. It was like 35, and I was established then, and I was starting to work. You know what I mean? And I had so much going, and I was like, I want to be on my own, like, which was crazy to think
also
that.
because you never did. So see, I always say what you want at 17, you don't want at 21. What you want at 21, you don't want at 26.
How old were you when you got married?
I was 32.
Oh, so it's totally two different.
So I met my late husband. I was 21 years old.
Right.
So so we were together from 21 to 25, and then we broke up because we were 21, 25 years old. He was partying. He was doing whatever he was doing. I was having anxiety because I didn't know my freaking, whatever, trying to find who you are and all that crap. And then we broke up for a couple of years, and then we got back together again. He was 30. I was 30. And then life was different. And then by 32, I was still like, I don't know if I'm going to get married or not. Like, it was just scary to me to get married. But I knew, and I didn't have my kids till I was 38 because, because I
How
was,
old are you?
how old am I? I'm going to be 49 next month.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 48. So I waited to do a lot of things because of the fact of exactly what you just said.
We're the opposite,
17, but that's what happens. See, and from the days, see, and your phone is still on.
I just want to see who it is. That's my son calling me, probably.
From Paris.
From Paris. Is that terrible? Can I pick this up?
Oh,
no, he's not even going to know where I am. I can't. If he calls me again, that means it's really important.
Okay.
Right.
But my point is that if you're, when you're 17, you don't know what's going on, and you have to. Is he calling you again?
No, but I'm going to text him. I'm listening to you.
Okay. And so, as you grow up, you start to realize what you want and what you don't want. Well, actually, you learn what you don't want, and then you eventually, hopefully, figure out what you do want. So, I think that, you getting married young like that, of course things are going to change. And when you're 35 years old, 36 years old, after you did all this stuff and you're established, of course you're going to say, all right, I'm like, maybe now I want to see what's on the other end of the spectrum here, as opposed to now where I know what's on the other end of the spectrum. I feel like I'm in school right now, and she's not.
You're the teacher.
Yeah, and now she's not paying attention.
I am. I listened to everything.
She's not paying attention.
I listened to everything you said.
She's not paying attention.
And yes, but both of us were very different.
Of course,
opposite.
But this is what I'm trying to say. And you, honestly, how much time in your life were you single? From 17 years old till today, how much were you single?
Maybe a month.
A month.
Not even.
So,
3 weeks.
So you can't talk about being single. You have no point of reference for being single. You've never been single.
I was single for a month.
Listen to me. You tried to diet on Weight Watchers for a month and see where that got you.
We went once.
See where that got
Me
you.
and Dory. That's because Dory cheated.
No, it was Dory's fault. Let's blame poor Dory.
No, because I didn't like that. They were telling us what to eat when we can't eat.
Well, that's what a diet is.
No, and then when we went the second time to get weighed, I was freaking the same amount. And I was
because you were drinking soda and still
Dory lost like 1,000
because
pounds,
Dory
and I lost
was
like
eating
0.5.
Because Dory was, I was with her the whole time. She was like, "I'm eating. This is no points. This is no points." You just don't like to pay attention. You don't like to listen. And
I
follow
was eating
the rules.
a lot of fish, and that was no points. But I did not cut out my
soda
and my carbs.
Right. Well, on Weight Watchers, you don't have to cut out carbs. But never mind. Let's not go on to diet stuff. Okay?
But guess what? I lost 9 pounds with Mary Ramos. That
Good
sucks
for you.
the fat out of me.
She doesn't suck the fat.
Frank says, "Why don't you just go to the GYM?"
GYM.
I go, no. I do go there occasionally. I visit occasionally.
Occasionally. You walk by the bike and wave?
I get in those moods wherever I go, and then I start going every day, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well.
I don't know why. I used to go to the gym every day when I was, not when I was younger, just, you know what I mean? Not long ago.
So you go to the gym like you're single.
Exactly.
I
used to. No, but I'm going to go back again.
Oh, whatever the case. But
We're
anyway.
building a beautiful gym at my,
complex?
where I live, at
That's
the Ridge
cool.
Hill. So you see the building going up? Did you
No,
see it?
I didn't look.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God,
been over
it's
there.
gorgeous.
I haven't been over
so
there.
I'll go to the new gym.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, but you were saying I was single. Yes, for a
yes.
month.
Well, again, so I mean, how do you think? Like, that would be my question at this point. You're going to be a matchmaker.
No, I'm not going to try. I've been a matchmaker.
Okay, so
for a really long time.
So
I must have set up at least, I'm going to say about 8 people.
Okay.
That maybe 4 of them is still together now. But 8 really good relationships, you know.
Well, you happen to be the type of person that you always like to bring people together.
Yes, I do.
You know, you're like, okay, I'm going to be here,
Right.
you know, come.
Right.
And that's just how you are. And then you always got to kind of get in the mix and be like, oh, come over here. Oh, come over here. And that's kind of what you do. Yes. And then and then sometimes you put people on the spot too. Like, oh my God, you guys would be so perfect together. Right. And it's like, oh my God, did she just say that? Like,
and sometimes it works.
I want to die. Yeah,
Right.
Please don't ever do that to me because
Right.
I would be like mortified.
I got somebody for you. Look.
Oh God.
No, I'm kidding.
Check, please.
No. Not coming.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's just you know, I've been on both sides.
All right, so
I've been on both sides. So
and you have to remember something. You are not single by choice.
No, and that is I was just about to say. Yes, I am not single by choice. I always kicking and screaming.
I always say those are the best people to date.
True, because I didn't scream. You know, they said that to me after my husband died. They said you're probably gonna be they said that normally, like a widow that had a good relationship will be in a relationship faster than someone else would, and I didn't understand it. And then they said, well, you know what good is, so you know how to go back there. And unfortunately, I mean, gratefully I did live that, but unfortunately I have to actually stop and remind myself, because this world is a very cruel world. And I've been through hell and back, and people are not who they say they are. A lot of people perpetrate the fraud. A lot of people are very disingenuous. I mean, it's a really rough, and I didn't know from this before. So I almost forgot, because I've almost become, and somebody
How long
pointed.
were you married before your?
Well, I was with him since in 1991. We were together, and then we broke up for a couple of years. So we got married. We were back together again in 2000. We got married in 2002, and he died in 2012. Right? What are we in now?
10 years you were with them.
Well, no, I was with him for almost 20 years.
Well,
but we were
right,
married.
We
We were married. We were living together for, I think it was 2000. Well, I'm so bad that I don't even know. Not 2002. I was 42. No, he was 43. Maybe it was. I'm so bad. What year are we in now?
I don't even
We're
know.
in
2019.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14. It was 2014 that he died.
Right.
So we were married for 12. I guess it would have been 12 years, and then we were living here for 14. Before that. So, you know, he was the love of my life. I did, you know, but I dated. I mean, I dated before him. I dated after him, you know, I mean, you know, breakup and all of that. So, you know, I was out there. I did my thing. And so did he, like we all do. But what I'm saying is that now I have to sometimes ground myself, and I've been trying again to tap back into that, because it's very difficult to remember that, because like I said, when I remember that and I have all of those good thoughts, and then I'm out there and I meet these freaking not, you know, I'm trying to use good words here, but when you meet people that are not so good, you remember the not so good stuff more than you remember the good stuff. So, which is bad, because that's what you're putting out into the universe, because the more jerk-offs you deal with, the more that attitude comes into you. So many of my followers and friends of ours, you see them all. Like, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I got what I got. I can take care of myself. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I'm good. And that's what ends up happening by default, because
they're not meeting the right people.
Correct. Right. So
well, hopefully I'm going to create a place where relatively everybody's somewhat normal.
Are you creating another planet?
They're normal.
Is it another planet?
They're going to come there. They're going to get dressed up. I always tell the men, make sure they wear a jacket or a suit or a sports jacket and gel in your hair.
The gel. Right? Oh, I didn't realize you had to put gel in your hair as well. You have to put
Every
gel.
guy looks great with gel in their hair. No?
I like the long-haired guys, so, you got...
actually, long hair is for the younger guys.
Well, that's right now. According to you. But,
no, I'm saying that the style, because my nephew was younger, and when I say younger, I'm like 35 to 45. It is long hair. It's the beards.
See, I hate that.
And that's not...
No facial hair.
You know what I mean? That's not like my clientele. It's going to be more probably like women in their 40s and 50s that are established. They got jobs. It's very important. They have jobs. Some of them have kids. Some of the kids are grown. A handful of people have little kids. I don't have too many of them. You're probably the one, a lot of my people, like the kids are like 16, 17, 18, 19, they're in college. Some kids are out of, fully grown and they're out of the house.
Yep.
So there's a mix of everybody. I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out on Friday, because everybody always asks for something. And then when you give it to them, it's like, where are you?
Be careful for what you ask for.
When you're the one that's telling me to do all this and you should be supporting me.
You didn't show
but
up.
I'm going to try it. Listen, my expos, I started my expos.
Yep.
And my expos are a huge hit now. It's my third one. And it's doing great. Everybody loves them. I got great vendors. I have great customers. It's getting bigger and bigger and better.
Yep.
People are like, their tables are fixed up like you wouldn't believe it. Like it looks like what do they call those kiosks? Kiosks in the malls. They got people are investing now in banners and posters and tablecloths with their names on it. I mean, it turned out to be great, and it's not even the spring. Wait till the spring.
Yeah.
I mean, my next one's going to be April 20th. Well, I'm going to have another one. So hopefully the singles event will turn out to be that way. And if it's not, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Well, so, you know what? You always gotta try something at least once, and then you gotta do it again, and then you gotta do it one more time before you can turn around. But
everybody, I'm urging everybody. Like, I have a lot of different viewers than you do, so that's why I wanted to come on here because all my people know about it, and I want everybody on Miami Mike to know that if you're single, come to my event. It's Friday night. It's $25 to get in. It's complimentary hors d'oeuvres. You could stay for the night. There's going to be music and dancing afterwards. If you don't want to come or you're embarrassed and you do want to come there, come after 10. It's $10 to get in. Guys get dressed, girls get dressed to impress, Like one of the girls called me. She's like, what am I supposed to wear? I go, wear whatever you want. You know what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a suit. Today I went to Lerner in New York, and I bought myself a blazer. Because I don't usually wear like blazers and dress pants and stuff unless I'm working. But I wanted something a little bright so everybody knows, the girl in black. No, everybody's going to be wearing black.
Right.
So I got a neon green blazer. So if anybody's like, where's the matchmaker? I'm right there. You can't miss me. So girls
they would hear you.
Girls, get dressed up. Wear dresses, maxi dresses. You want to wear short dresses. Wear whatever,
Actually, you know what? If I could interject something, I think that especially in that situation, and even whenever you go out, I think you should wear what you feel the most confident and sexy in, because you know what, you could dress the way, let's say you tell them to dress a certain way, but that's not them.
Right.
So they're gonna walk into a place and they're not gonna own it because it's not who they are.
Right.
Like they're like, okay, Tia told me to wear a short, right, or whatever.
I'm not even really sure. We're too old to be wearing short things.
Well, whatever the case.
You know what? The girls have got to give that up. When you start reach a certain age, you want to wear short, you just wear short with long sleeves and a turtleneck. You don't wear long sleeve. You don't wear short with your boobs out, with spaghetti straps. I just think you look too old to be wearing that. That's my opinion. But if you want to wear your boobs out, maybe wear a long... Listen,
well,
my girls on Saturday night, everybody, I have to say, class act. All the girls that were there, including you, were dressed to the nines. It was perfection. There was nobody to say, oh, the dress is a little short, this one, that one. Everybody was dressed age appropriate. They really were. But if you're starting your 50s and like, I don't even dress like that. Like, I used to dress when everything's sticking out. I'm a little heavy now, so I don't like too much of it out. If I'm going to keep the boobs out, I'm going to cover the legs. If the boobs are going to come out, the legs are going to come out. You know what I mean?
Well,
the boobs are going to come out. The boobs get covered. The legs come out.
That's the general rule of thumb.
Yeah, that should be really how you're dressing. There's some girls that are a little heavy, but they got slamming legs. Friggin' wear a nice covered dress on top and leave your legs out with nice shoes on. That's going to be my next thing. When I open up my boutique, I'm going to dress you. I'm going to set you up with a man, put your jewelry on, and you're going to come to my events.
Right, but now what about if you have somebody, like I was just saying, like for people that are coming, men or women,
right.
Be you. Because if you walk in there and you're dressed
Don't be you and wear a t-shirt because you're not allowed in.
Well, okay, but at the same time,
you can wear a t-shirt, throw a blazer over it.
Right, throw a blazer over it. So, that's the whole thing is that, again, now you're perpetrating the fraud because you got to walk into a place and not be who you are.
But this is how I think. First impressions are everything.
Understood.
Throw that gel on your hair because for some reason, other than Karen who likes long hair, we like that gel hair. So hot.
But that's what you like. So,
I think a lot of the people that do they do like the gel.
I know,
it just makes the hair neater.
Understood. But at the same token, like I said, if you're going to do this and you're going to bring people together, it's going to be different people. Mm-hmm. So you can't have everybody fit in the mold.
Everybody wear a gel in their hair.
Right, but you can't have everybody fit in the mold.
I'm going to keep gel in my pocketbook. You don't have it, you go to a bathroom and put it in.
And but then
But again, you guys, if people do come there, they're there for a reason. Their reason is that they're trying these websites or these these dating services online. They're trying bars that is a mix of couples, married men, whatever. Right. They're coming to my event for a reason. Right. So just if you're coming to a reason, just listen to me. Dress to impress. Yes, she's saying don't wear, if you usually wear suits for a girl, like, you're more Ann Taylor and you wear that and all of a sudden you come with a sequins dress, that's not you. Right. I get that. Right. But for the guys, you know what? Go to Men's Warehouse. They got, what's that other, Burlington. They're $50 blazers. Get a blazer. Throw a pair of jeans on a blazer. Dress shirt. You wear a t-shirt. Get a haircut. Get a nice shave. Gel your hair. First impressions are everything. Even like me and Frank, sometimes we get a little comfortable with each other because we do live in the same building. I'm in my pajamas, my hair's a wreck, no makeup, got my glasses. I wouldn't look at me. I wouldn't date me if I looked that way. And sometimes I'll be like, you want to have sex? And I look at me, I'm like, oh my God, I wouldn't even want to have sex with me. But so you know what we do? We do date nights. We've been going out on a Thursday and Saturday, and we've been getting lucky. But it's so nice because he's looking at me and he's like, "Wow, you look great." And I'm looking at him with his trench coat and his Cadillac, listening to his Sinatra music, and I'm totally turned on. You know what I mean? So it's instead of him just coming up and he's in his his casual,
rolling over, no foreplay, rolling over,
the gel's out of his hair from the day. You know what I mean? It's so everybody has a little bit of that to do that. And listen, I always say you snooze, you lose. You don't put any time into your relationship and he starts looking at Mary Lou or somebody else, don't blame him. And vice versa. If you got your belly and got hair on your belly and you don't shave it and she don't like that and you know what I mean, your hair's messy and you're sitting on the couch and you're burping, who would want you? Right. So comes Friday, first impressions. It's like when we were little kids, like when we were teenagers and we were all dressed up and we saw the guy up the block, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It was the first time you ever wore a tight shirt and you see his muscles. You know what I mean? That's the same thing how it is then. Take care of yourself. First impressions. Girls, get dressed up. Hair, makeup. I don't care what size you are. You could be a size 2 or a size, listen, I went today, I'm a size 12. In Lerner, New York. So I'm a 12. You could be a 12, a 16, a 20. I don't care. You still could put makeup on. You still could do your hair. You still could wear a pretty dress. You still could wear heels. You know what I mean? So get dressed up. You never know. On the 8th, you might meet your mate.
There you go.
You know?
You guys are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And I have my guest today, Miss Tia Maria, and we are discussing her singles event, which is going to be at the Coliseum in White Plains, New York on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. So we are just talking about her singles event. We're talking about being single.
Gel in the hair.
And she's giving her fashion points of views, which, you know, we're talking about you being a matchmaker. I happen to really like that Millionaire Matchmaker show, and she used to do that. She would tell all the girls, go out, go get dressed, blow out your hair. Nobody likes curly hair, straight hair, which I don't agree with. Most men think that curly hair is sexy, but that's a whole other issue. And so she would tell them all that, and then the guys too, she would tell them what to do. So, you know, the funny thing that I, again, because I'm single, I see is that I feel like a lot of us are comfortable in our own skin, but a lot of us aren't, and we're trying to perpetrate the fraud. So if you're out there and you're trying to portray that you got your shit together, but you really don't, that's a problem. Because now you're talking about chemistry. I meet, well, not you, but I meet a guy, we have chemistry together, and I think he's got like his shit together. I don't think that he has issues, you know.
Well, I just want to tell you about something what you're saying right now. I'm just going according to people that come to my parties. All right, I'm gonna go because obviously people that come to my parties are the people that are going to be coming to my events, whether if they're single, it's a singles event, a Sinatra event. A lot of people got their shit together. There's a lot of good people out there.
Well, like,
and there's a lot of single girls that got their shit together. There's a lot of single guys that I know that I set up with some of my girlfriends, and you know my girlfriends turned out turning out to be cuckoos.
The crazy ones.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good people out there.
I'm not saying
and it's not like we're gonna be in a room full of people that don't got their shit together. If there is, I'm gonna say the ratio to that might be 5%.
And I'm not saying that that's what you're going to be bringing at the event. I'm just talking about the other end of it as on a single side of things.
But I think if you are on a dating site, I think the people on there are probably 50% don't got their shit together.
So can I tell you something funny? So when, you know, after my husband had passed away, you know, one of my best friends was like, you gotta go out. And I'm like, go out? Like, what do you know? And she's like, you gotta go out. You gotta be around people. You gotta be around, you know, just go. And I was like, okay. So now this online crap happens, right? So
you were ever on Match?
Yes. I was on, there is not a site that I was not on.
Right.
And I called it like it was like a smorgasbord. That's what I used to call it. So like a buffet. So like you're sitting there and you're responding to messages, and then there's like this, you know, it was like the dessert counter. It was like all these hot guys, and they're showing you all these people. So now you're trying to read and pay attention to who's messaging you, and then it's like, ooh, eye candy. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, he's cute.
Right.
Oh, and
distraction.
So, right. And it's that swipe. It's always looking for the next best thing. And that's where the world is right now. Always looking for the next best thing. Always keep going.
Well, that's where my event is different, because it's going to be meet somebody the old-fashioned way and through introduction.
But I want to also, my point that I was going to make to you is that I started doing that. And it's a different type of thing, because now you're kind of connecting to someone via text. So you can form an emotional connection with somebody, believe it or not, via text and stuff. And then you learn the people that don't come out from behind the computer, that they never want to meet you. Like,
well, the scariest thing is now, this is how I feel about all of that. Now we all have those apps on our phones where you can change your face.
Right.
And now everybody's got it. You know,
I don't.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. We got one.
I know.
Actually, Frank has it. He fixes a lot of the pictures where he smooths out the skin.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't distort you. It doesn't make it look like I have a square chin or I got a little. I mean, it just smooths it out. I'll find out what it is if everybody wants to know.
He told me it was Face app or something.
Well, whatever that. So but there are people that are using these apps that it's not you.
There were also people that use someone else's photo.
It's like giving you a full face and blue eyes. Right. Like, that's not you, Karen. Right. You got a little face, you got a little jawline. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or it's like me, if it's maybe really a tiny little face with high cheekbones. And it's scary because you look at that and when the person comes up, you're like, oh my God, that's not you in the picture. Right. And you know what? The men are doing it too. It's distorting the men. Yeah. Like the girls that do it, you gotta stop. Yeah. If it doesn't look like you, listen, I don't mind about you smoothing out your face or just, you know what I mean, just smoothing it out and making it look. No, I don't mind that because you know what? If you got your makeup done properly with good foundation and a professional, it would look like that on there. If you girls don't look like your face app, the face that you're doing, don't use it. Please. Well,
this is what people say. They say if you don't look like your picture, you're buying drinks until you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. But I'm just saying, don't do that because there's a lot of girls that I look at that and I'm like, really?
But it's boys and girls. Listen, the angle. They can take a picture and put the angle in a certain place where they look like they're 120 pounds and they're 200 pounds.
Well, there's this one girl that I don't like anymore. Right? And she has gray teeth. And she has the face app and she has white teeth in there. She doesn't have white teeth. So you know what? Change the app.
Well, again, you know,
that is so misleading.
But this is
get
my
your
point.
Teeth fixed and get white teeth.
But what I'm trying to say is that this is all but this is the climate of dating now. Right. So you said to me, wait, but hold on a second, because you said to me, oh well, you know those apps, it's completely different. So now as I was trying to tell you. So I started doing this and with the apps or whatever, right? So I mean, to be honest with you, I think I met like maybe 3 or 4 people. And to be honest with you, I'm still friends with all 4 of those guys. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't whatever.
I want to ask you a question. What? Are you coming Friday?
Probably.
Now you have 2 free tickets.
But so
are you scared to meet somebody?
Am I scared?
Are you scared?
I'm scared.
Are you scared?
No, I am not scared of anything.
What are you looking for in a guy? Because you know what? Sometimes, like even when I was driving up here and I was thinking about you and I was like, you're here with your son. Like, you know what I mean? Like, could be a little lonely, you know what I mean?
I'm not lonely. I am not lonely. I've never been lonely, thankfully. So, but I'm definitely at a different point now. I've worked very hard, especially recently. I've been working with a coach and I've been working with people because, you know, it's difficult and right. I have to, like you said, it wasn't a choice, you know, right. I had to put it behind me and figure right. out how to move forward because you can't move into a new life while you're still in your old life, so to speak.
But you would actually be a good, if I was to ever introduce you to anybody, I would say, like, you know, that you're not divorced or anything, your husband passed away.
I'm a widow.
And to me, I always say to the women, the best type of guy is to meet a guy that lost his wife.
So you know what? And now here we go again. So I have something to bring back at you with everything you say. Mm-hmm. I have met 2. Is it 2 or did I meet 3? I know I definitely met 2 widowers. And one of them, both of them I connected with because no one understands mm-hmm. what it feels like. Right. So when they say my wife, I get what they mean. And right. I realize that I have nothing to do with that statement. And that it's just, they know that they're not here anymore, but that love doesn't die. So they are actually the worst people to be with because especially men, at least these men, you know, dealing with a loss is huge. And that's whether it's a loss via death or via divorce. And when you don't deal with that loss and whatever whatever you have, whether you got divorced and you got divorced for a reason or reasons, and whether it be that somebody cheated on somebody and they were hurt, so there's resentment, there's guilt, there's anger, there's all those things. And then when someone dies, we kind of feel the same way. I mean, I don't resent, right? I mean, I don't resent my husband because he died. Obviously, I know he had no control over it.
But I didn't say that you would be. I said that you would be good for somebody because your husband had passed away,
right?
So you would be good to. But I didn't necessarily say that you had to meet somebody that their wife passed away.
No, I understand, but I'm not saying. But you're missing what I'm trying to say. I get that, but I'm saying that I have experienced that with people, and when people do not do the work to heal, you cannot move forward.
Well, and that's right what you're saying, and those people probably won't be at my event.
No, I don't know. But
so
we're not talking about your event.
It takes an effort to text me on my phone to say, "Hi, Tia. My name is Mary." And you know what I mean? I'm looking for such and such. I mean, I have a couple of people that sent me pictures of themselves that actually came to my expo from Queens and introduced themselves and say hi. And she's a great catch. Wait till I have 2 guys that I can't wait to set her up with. Unfortunately, one guy can't come. But I have the other guy that's going to set her up with. And I said, meet him. And I want you to meet other people too, And also don't think that I'm not the savior. You're not going to come Friday night and I'm going to answer your prayers. You know what I mean? For your Prince Charming to come in there. It's a work in progress. I got to get to know you. If I don't know you, I got to see who you are, talk to you. You know what I mean? And find out a little bit about you before I can introduce you to somebody that I think would be compatible. So Friday night is going to be a lot of learning for everybody. Mm-hmm. But I always say, you may not meet your match Friday night, but you might meet a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like you became friends with one of my good friends. And you had a good connection, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think you met her in the past, but when I brought her to you, mm-hmm. you guys bonded. Mm-hmm. Now, what if that was a guy that I was friends with a guy, and then you met him through me, mm-hmm. and like nothing that you thought that was going to happen, but because you were set in the same place, fireworks happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So everybody just like keep it in their pants. For Friday, come there, experience it. You might get lucky and you might meet your match that day. Like I just said, just recently, in the past, I'm going to say 3 months, I set up 2 people and they are in love with each other right now. Look, everything is great. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but they just booked a vacation. They're going together. So, and there are people that I have set up 2 in the past that are still with each other. I got one they're planning a wedding, So, you know what I mean? So, just, you got to give it a chance,
Well, no one wasn't giving it a chance. We were just talking about being single and dating.
No, I'm just saying,
since we're talking about a singles event.
Just people that do come there, you know what I mean? I don't want them to come there and say, oh, it sucked. There was nobody there. And,
You know what? And that's but here's the funny thing about life, right? I mean, if you're supposed to meet, we're destined to be around the people we're supposed to be around. Mm-hmm. So whether it's going to the supermarket, or going to an event where you're intentionally trying to meet somebody, mm-hmm. you're going to meet that person regardless. Right. Somehow, some way, it's going to happen. So,
my event just makes it a little bit easier.
Well, it's a different thing because especially there, and I will tell you, like what I was trying to say, but you keep interrupting me, is that,
I don't do that.
when
I've actually been very good lately. I've been learning to make people speak.
All right, let me know when you're gonna let me.
Very good.
So what I was gonna say was, when I finally started kind of going out again, I felt like I was in a mix-up. I want to say it was one of the first times I went back to Noma. I mean, I used to go to Noma 100 years ago when I was a kid. And then when I went back there, I saw at least 10 people that tried to talk to me online. And I was like bobbing and weaving because I was like, shit, I don't want them to know that's me, And I hopefully, but I said, wow, this was what was very, it was eye-opening to me because you just said, well, that online and blah, blah, blah. But the same people that are online are the same people that are out in in certain places,
mm-hmm.
right?
Why aren't they meeting anybody?
Right. Well, and again, this is my point, is that a lot of people are not doing the work on themselves.
This is what I think about that. I think what happens is that if there's 20 people in a room, I think that 4 of them are single and the rest are couples, and it's just they're talking to the wrong people. They're talking to people that are married or, in relationships.
Again,
it's better when the whole room is single.
I don't disagree.
Everybody is looking for the same thing. They're looking to meet somebody. And they know if they go up to you or 5 other girls, you're all single.
Yeah, but I got to tell you something on the flip side of that. I went to one of those things.
Where?
I went to one in...
You didn't go to mine.
No, this is not about you.
No, it is about me.
No, it isn't.
Because my events work.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm the single one here, so I'm telling you my experience.
Where did you go?
So I went
somebody you don't know in somebody's basement.
Yes, in somebody's basement. It was Rob McCabe, and he had chlorophyll, and he was trying to put us all out. No,
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds. No, it was. I don't remember the exact thing, but they did this this really silly thing. They made you wear a name thing, and then they made you there was a question, and you had to find the person that had the answer. I was in there. I looked at my girlfriend, and I was like, there is not enough booze behind this bar for me to stay here another minute. It felt and then because everybody knew everybody in the place was single, everybody's trying to talk to you when you're not interested.
Okay, but don't you feel better going to my event because you know me?
Yeah, no, I feel
No, I'm just
better.
saying, how do you feel going to my event post to that one? You probably are already confident going to my event because you know me.
Of course.
And you know if you see somebody you like, you know you're going to meet them
but
in a
I'm
second.
also a different person because I will meet whoever I want to anyway.
But you're going to feel almost more comfortable because you feel like it's my house and everybody's in here and we're all playing in the sandbox
Again,
together.
I want to just say to you, because you don't see it the same way because you're sitting on that side, okay? Mm-hmm. You have people, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say because I always speak for other people. You're going to have people that are probably watching this right now or met you and know you, and they're saying to themselves,
they don't like me.
I don't know. No, not that they don't like you.
How
can anybody not like you?
Join the club.
No, yeah. We got a waiting list.
Club.
We got a waiting list. No, what I was going to say is that to some people, this may feel a little overwhelming because of what I just said to you, where, everybody knows that from 7:30 to 10:30, everybody in that place,
10 o'clock.
Whatever, is single. So it can, some people that are socially awkward, if you will, may feel a little intimidated by that. So I think
or
what
embarrassed
you're
to
embarrassed, whatever it is.
Okay.
So now you are the person, what you're trying to create is an environment where people do not feel intimidated.
Correct. Right.
And do not feel socially awkward.
Right.
So it's not, and that's why you're saying it's going to be something different. But what I'm trying, and I know you, and I know that that's what you're going to do. But I'm on this side of it. You don't know from being single. You only know what you hear. So I'm telling you on this end, and I'm not a crazy person, and I can meet anybody. I got no problem. I'll walk right up to you and talk to you. I got no problem with that. And that's the thing too, is a lot of people, it's body language. See, me personally, people won't come near. If I got my shield up, if you will, people don't come near me. People say, oh, I thought you were stuck up. Oh, I thought you were this. I thought you were that. And I give you that energy. So a lot of people don't understand how to change their energy to get people to approach them. So
well, that's why I'm like the icebreaker.
Right, exactly. So you're the type of person that you're like, oh my God. And you're like, people could be in their own way and you're like, come here. And you're like pulling somebody in the middle of a conversation.
Correct.
I could be like, Tia, I'm going to pee. No, come over here. You're not peeing, come over here.
Or I'm coming with you in the toilet.
Right, I'm coming with you and I'm going to talk. Right. And that's how you are, which is great, which is why.
Some people like that. Some people might think
find
it's
it too
abrasive.
pushy. Some people
it
find
might
it
be
too
abrasive,
pushy.
but 99% of the people like it.
And to know you is to love you, and I feel the same way about myself. I know people may feel the same way about me.
You have a haters club too?
I do. We all have it. Listen, you're doing something wrong if you don't have a haters club.
I know.
And
Serge just recently told me that. He gave me an hour talk about haters.
And you know
Thank
what?
you, Serge.
I said I put out a post today, and I said, you know what? Thank you to all the people that took a moment to say a kind word to me and support me, and thank you to the people that whisper behind my back, because all of it makes you who you are. Because you know what? If you feel the need to whisper behind my back, then you know what? God bless you. And again, I'm going to go back to what I was saying. If you don't do the work on yourself, you're never going to be good where you are with anyone. So you know what? You're right. Why don't people, you just said, so why don't people meet? And yes, some of them don't know how to introduce themselves to one another. Some people don't know how to interact.
But you know what the funniest thing is? I know so many people that sometimes people are sitting right in front of me and I go, that one is perfect for that one. Come here.
Right.
And I just did it at the deli when we had the food tasting. Who would think that you would meet somebody
like I
at
said,
a
it don't
deli,
matter. Yep.
right? At
Yep.
a food, and she literally came in her pajamas, and he came up from the Bronx because I told him, get your butt here now, and he came up, he had a baseball. They both look like wrecks. They did.
That's
but you know
normally
what?
when
I
you meet
said,
the right people.
She said to me, what do you think about him? I go, I'm telling you, I wouldn't have told you to set you guys up if I didn't think you both were good. They both got dressed up. He took her out on a date. He goes, because she's beautiful when she's dressed up. She had her pajamas on. She had you know what I mean? She looked like a wreck when she came there. Because we were at a deli. Who's going to come there with shoes on?
Right.
He goes,
you're going to eat.
And then when he gets dressed up, he dresses nice. He wears a jacket. They were like, when they saw each other, when they went out on a date, they were like, she goes, he's so handsome. He goes, she's beautiful. And I'm like, you guys are right in front of me. You would have never connected. Even if you were sitting at the same table eating meatballs, you would have never talked to each other. Because he looked bad and so did she. You know what I mean? And they probably didn't feel good about themselves. But you know me, like I said, I'm like, oh my God, come here.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're great. They're happy. They're going out this weekend, And I'm like, you coming to my event? They're like, no, we already found somebody. Like, I lost 4 good people.
Well, tell them to come at 10.
Yeah. Well, they can. They can come at 10. They could come at 10.
Tell them to be on a date.
Like I said,
I'm
not the savior, but I could try my best being a matchmaker for people. And a lot of the times I know you, or I know about you, or I know something, and that's how I matchmake people. You know what I mean? I put people together just because I'm like, this one's good for that one. I'm going to they're in the same room together now. I'm going to put them together.
Right.
So.
But you do that with
I do that with
everything, though.
I do that
You do that with business.
Absolutely.
You do that with everything. You're that person. You're like, oh my God, wait. You were saying with the song, you got to get the Spanish part. You got to go to this person. You have your website people. Go to this person.
Yep.
You're always a referral type of person.
Absolutely.
You've called me a number of times like, somebody needs this to be sold. Can you do it? They need a bartender. Can you do it? And you just try to connect, people together, which is the way it's supposed to be. And I try to, I think if more people paid it forward like that, the world would be a better place because we're all working. Because everybody should be working together. It's not like, okay, this is mine over here and you can't, be a part of it and you can't have, it's like when we were growing up and it was like, oh, that bitch got the same shoes I got. You can't have that. My girlfriend would make sure.
I was always like that when I was younger. Everybody always wanted what I had, and I used to get so mad.
Yep.
And I remember my mother sitting me down and saying, "That's a compliment to you."
Yeah.
And you know what? It happens to my daughter. The same thing. I remember when she was about 16. She's like, "Ma, they're getting the same jackets as me. They're shopping here. They're shopping." I go, "Tatiana, you know what? It'll be like that your whole life." Now she's cool with it. Now when people ask her where she gets it, she tells them, "Here, I'll give you the money. I'll order for you online. Or I'll get it for you." But I've always been like that. So I'm used to that. I don't even know what I would do when people stop wanting what I have. You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to that. That's how I got into the necklaces. People would see my necklaces and say, "Oh my God, I want your necklace. So when I would go shopping, I would buy 2 or 3 of the same of my necklace because I knew people would like it, and I would buy it for them. They would give me the money, but I would buy it, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm shopping for people so that's how I got into the jewelry. I do it as a business.
Yeah.
And people love it. I got people writing to me, "Tia, when are you going to show necklaces?" I'm like, I have no more. I got only like 4 left. I'm getting them tomorrow, and then I got people saying, "Why are you telling everybody where you're buying it?" I'm going to the wholesale places.
Right.
You have to go in there and have a tax ID. You have to pay taxes on this stuff.
Right.
And you need to buy
in bulk. Right.
So if you got $1,000 you want to blow in one store, go ahead, go to 6th Avenue. Right. I drop at least a couple of thousand when I'm there. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm going tomorrow, and I'll have stuff for it probably for the weekend.
Well, it's funny when I was when I was younger, like 13 or whatever. My grandparents moved to Florida, so my grandmother always dressed impeccably. Mm-hmm. So she used to, she would go to the mall and buy me outfits. And even back then, I liked cat suits. I used to wear the one pieces. Right. And my grandmother would send it to me, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, where'd you get that?" I'm like, "Florida." Right. Because I knew that they didn't have it. Was what was the store was like 579 or something like that. I forgot what it was called. It was in Florida someplace. And like there was none of that in New York. Right. And I was like, yes, nobody's going to have that outfit.
Right. And I was actually the opposite. I would wear it first, and then all of a sudden I would see, the weekend, everybody's wearing it. It's like, I already wore it. But, I got accustomed to that. But in the beginning, it was very hard for me. I used to be like, why does everybody want what I have?
It's kind of like me. Like, after I was dating somebody, how somebody else wanted to date them.
Right.
It's the same type of thing. You make them the it factor.
Right.
Yeah, well.
That didn't happen really with the guy. Well, no, it actually did happen with one of my boyfriends. As soon as we broke up, the girl slithered herself right into it,
I think that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, but that was only one time that ever happened.
Yeah, twice, but it's all good. Same person, too. Yeah, it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It's all good. One can never say, can we? Anyway,
that's another show.
You are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com, and my special guest this evening is Miss Tia Maria, and we are talking about her singles event at the Coliseum Hotel. I always want to say hotel. Coliseum in White Plains, New York. And it starts at 7:30, and all you got to do is be single, and if you're a guy, bring one of your girlfriends. If you're a girl, bring one of your guy friends. Single. Right, single.
If you're a guy, bring a girl who's single. And if you're a girl, bring a guy who's single. It's not mandatory to do, but it would be great because I really want to try to keep that ratio.
Well, you know what would be awesome, though, too, is that if you have somebody, so like, if I'm bringing, a guy, which, but if you're bringing somebody and you're a solid human being and you're bringing another human being, then hopefully that's a solid human being
guy,
too.
Right.
So it's
I'll
like
know it from you.
Exactly.
Because I'll go, Karen, you brought in, Joe. How is he? Okay, he's a good guy, or what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever. And you'll tell me his story.
Right.
And then I would tell the girl that he's with. I'm a girl's girl, so like I'm always for the girl. You know what I mean? So if it's a guy that has like a bad reputation or a guy that's like, a dog, I ain't going to tell you that you're a good guy. You know what I mean? But I don't really know too many people that are like that. I really don't. Maybe they are and I just don't know that they are. But I know a lot of good people. I have quality people that, Well,
like I said, which is very important because, again, it's very slim pickings out there in this world. And, I wasn't as cognitive of it years ago when I was with my husband. One of my best friends, she was the most amazing woman I know. She was just amazing and beautiful and everything else. And I was like, how are you single? I mean, like, this girl would, like, do everything and anything she possibly could for you. She was just fun to hang out, everything. I'm like, but how are you single?
She just wasn't coming across the right people.
Right, but she still hasn't. So, I mean, that's my point, is that also there are a lot of people that maybe don't want that. They just want to meet up with somebody. They just want to have sex with them. They just want to hang out with them on the weekends or whatever. And you know what? That's kind of easy, if you will. unless of course you have a relationship where you live in the same building and you throw them out after you have sex. But other than that, it's a very, a lot of people don't want to walk that walk again, right? Like they don't want to have to worry that, okay, it's, when you're not going home at 10 o'clock tonight, you want to watch, Family Feud, and you're not having, Frank isn't sitting there waiting for you, like,
He
now
leaves me at 9.
There you go. So he's not sitting there
My
waiting
cat
for you
wants
to
him to
talk to
leave.
him, for you to make him maybe something to eat,
I don't cook for
whatever.
him.
But I'm just, right, exactly. So
I don't
you
cook for him.
don't do any of the things that most women do.
I'm a
but
very bad girlfriend.
There
I
you
don't
go.
cook. No, you know why I don't cook for him? Ask me why.
he doesn't like what you make?
No, because I made him chicken soup when I just started
Oh, that's
dating
right. You
him.
told me that.
And
And
he
he
didn't like
complained
it.
about it because you made it differently than...
No, he didn't like the color. My mother taught us to put a tomato sauce in it for the color. And he looked at it, he goes, why is it this color? I go, well, you didn't even try it.
Because
yet.
that's how my mom
Yeah, that's how
told me
my
to make
mom.
it.
Then he was eating. He was like, "You need more pepper. You need more salt. You need more grated cheese. More
Right.
this." I go, "I will never fucking cook for you again."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't, but he cooks for me.
Funny thing is that you and I are very much alike, because when Joey and I were first together, I was, I'm a good cook, and I don't know what I made, but he was pissing me off, and I just I used to wake up, and believe it or not, I used to wake up in the morning, I used to make him breakfast, pack him a lunch for work, okay, and then he'd come home, dinner. And I remember this was when he was we were young, and he was partying, he was doing whatever, and he made a comment about something I made. Well, that was it. I stopped getting up in the morning, making him breakfast, making him lunch. I laid in bed, and then when he would ask me to cook something, I would purposely screw it up so it tasted like shit.
Right.
It actually took me a year to unlearn my bad habits, because I was like, you know what, now go fuck yourself, because...
I got it better way. You shouldn't even cook at all.
Well, you know what? It was what it was, and I was in my 20s, so I wasn't smart enough to know that. I was just being a bitch. So now you want to, okay, now I got you, and now I won't do it. And I didn't. I stopped with the breakfast, I stopped with the lunch, but I made dinner, I ate it too. So, and I would screw it up, because exactly that. Because, if you don't appreciate what somebody does, then... I'm not doing it.
It's funny, my dad used to be like that. My mother was the best cook in the world, and my dad used to always complain. And I remember I used to say, if I ever get a guy that complains about my food, I'm not cooking. And my mother used to be good. Oh, it's okay. Like la la la. I used to be like, oh, and Frank is very much like my father, in so many ways, But
Paging Dr. Freud. Freud.
Why is that bad?
Well, it's a Freudian thing. They always say that that you look for someone, like your father, or you look for someone, like your mother. And
I think that's the biggest. I just recently interviewed Suave, and we were just talking about that, and we just said that's the biggest compliment in the world. To say that I remind you of your mother. I guess physically maybe not, but I mean to say that I act like her, or I cook like her, I care like her, or something like that, because Frank reminds me of my father 100%.
Like I said, there's a lot of psychologists
because he's
that
got
are
a
in
Cadillac.
business because
he
of
wears
it.
an overcoat, the long trench coat. He wears the overcoat, and he listens to Frank Sinatra music, and he's quiet. My father was very quiet. My father just adored me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe it's what do they call that? A father inferiority complex? Is that what it is?
No, an inferiority complex.
That's not a good thing. But I was adored by my father. I adored my father. You know what I mean?
Of course, but that's like I said. You'll be on a couch for a long time talking about that one.
Why? I don't think that's right. That's a great thing for people to admire their father so much, to get a man that's very unless he's a bad guy.
No,
but if he's a good guy, more definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some stuff there.
Some sick
there's definitely some daddy issues going on over there. Did you swing around a pole when you were younger?
I don't get that. What does that mean?
Daddy issues. I'm joking. It
right.
it
Swing
definitely.
around a pole, that's like a stripper.
Huh?
Like a stripper?
Well, I always say that, like I always joke around and say, when you're swinging around a pole, you got daddy issues,
Really?
because, I mean, look, some women do it.
But I didn't swing around a pole.
I know.
Okay.
It was a
Okay.
joke, Tia.
Okay.
You're very literal today. You're really like, I'm trying to talk about.
Hat on.
I know you.
I got
do.
my blazer on, so I'm.
Oh, you got your blazer. Oh shit! So you're gonna be like this on
Yes,
Friday. All right, that's all.
Except I ain't getting $10,000 every time somebody gets matched up.
Oh, there you go. That's
$20,000,
true.
whatever she used to get.
Oh yeah,
What did she get?
I have no idea. They were $1 million matchmakers, so the millionaire was paying for it, weren't they?
I guess you're right.
I can't say for sure.
And also, we're going to be having somebody that is going to be helping us out from Long Island and from Queens. His name is Brad Cohen, and he's going to be bringing some of his singles there. So that they'll be coming in from Queens, Long Island City, and Long Island. So he'll be helping me out as well too.
Well, that's cool. So you're going to have a male and a female setter-upper.
And there's going to be a couple of girls, too. I have Mary Ramos, that's helping me. And the girl, Lucretia, she's going to be helping out, too.
Okay.
So everybody's just, you know what? A lot of people come there just hang out. You
right.
know
Well,
what I mean?
that's
like,
what I'm
whatever happens,
happens. That's what I was trying to say to people is that, you know what? It's still going to be a fun time. Yeah. And it's not like me. I don't know.
You're not going there with the intention to meet somebody.
That's not my intention.
But if they do... Great,
right? But
bonus.
I'm saying like if you're gonna go, it's a fun night out. Right. It doesn't necessarily and I if you're not married, then you're technically you're allowed to be there. But it's like I said, all of your events are always a fun night out. So it's always.
How was Friday night? Wasn't that great?
Wait, Saturday, no?
Saturday
Wasn't
night.
It Saturday? You keep saying Friday and you're throwing me off, and I'm like,
Saturday
wait a minute.
At the time.
Saturday, yes. I mean, you always throw a beautiful.
The entertainment was like off the chart.
You always throw a beautiful event, and I happen to be a huge fan of the Time Hotel.
You know that they just recently sold it.
I heard that.
It's a good thing.
Is it a good thing?
Yeah, they sold it for $30 million.
How much?
$30 million to investors.
Okay.
So 99.9% they're going to keep it as a hotel. However, we're going to see what they have in store. With it.
Oh, you mean they may do something else?
No. The investors a lot of them are hotel owners, so it'll stay with a hotel. Like if somebody came in there that maybe was like a nursing home, investors, then it would be. But these are hotel investors.
Okay.
So let's see what's going to happen with that. I guess we're going to see within the next 8 weeks. You know what I mean? What's going on with that? If they're going to invest more money into it. So we'll see. But
that's it. See, now wait, there's a good place to do a matchmaking thing at a hotel. Right, you want to talk about chemistry? Let's take it upstairs.
Well, I heard that Crossroads used to be like
Crossroads?
A single. Crossroads is in what's that? The Marriott in Mahwah.
Mahwah is where is that? In what is that?
Mahwah, New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I'll be alright.
I knew that was a singles event, but I heard that people were starting to be like swingers were starting to go. It was a swingers group.
Ooh.
And they shut it down.
Well, that's a whole other event.
They had the hotel and everything. That might be another business.
That's a whole other event. But I mean, I'm joking. But I mean, that would be like, it would be cool to do like even like a weekend.
Once I got your singles all set up, I'll start with the couples.
Yeah, right?
No,
oh, God.
I'm only kidding.
Oh, God.
No, but the Time Hotel, if I do well with this one Friday night, I will do another one at the Time Hotel. But our event Friday night was amazing.
Saturday night.
Sorry. But we had Charlie Latovin, which was amazing. My dancers were on point. I mean, it was a Big Daddy Boo Bobby Flowers. It was just a great night. But you know what? The weather did suck because of the weather.
Did it?
Yeah, I had a few tables that did cancel because of the snow. And I was like... There was no snow. There was no snow.
There wasn't supposed to be snow
there
on
was
Saturday.
Nobody on the roads.
Was on Sunday.
Did you notice that there was nobody on the roads?
No, I don't.
Because they put that scare into you that like get food. You can't
of course.
Go out.
You got to get milk and bread and bunker down.
You know what happens is you get food. You're home. You're cooking. You're chilling out. Nobody wants to go out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This past few months that I had events for some reason. I'm going to start playing lotto because I have had an event every event, it snowed.
The weather has been cuckoo.
It snowed. It didn't even rain. It snowed.
Yeah.
I had to cancel them. I had to pray that it wasn't snow that night. It was snow in the morning.
Unfortunately, anytime you do things in the winter, it's always a crapshoot.
You know what? Going forward, I don't think I'm really going to do too many in the winter anymore.
Yeah, but I got to tell you something.
I'm like this, shaking with the weather.
Yeah, but you know what? But we all still want to go out,
right?
Whether or not. I mean,
there's a handful because the other handful doesn't.
Those are the ones that aren't single.
But for the event planner like me, that's investing so much money,
right?
I need the people that were planning to go
right.
and the people that want to go. I need
right.
all those people coming,
right?
Because when half the people don't come.
Yeah,
I still got to pay everybody.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I mean, Saturday night was a great night, but you know what I mean? I was missing a couple of the people that usually go there.
Right.
And they simply said, "Tia, it's too cold," or "We thought it was going to snow."
Right.
And we thought they called me to say, "You canceled it?" I canceled it. I said, "It's fine now."
Right.
But Friday night is my next event, the singles event. And then my next event after that, my expo is April 20th with the Easter Bunny.
That's
I'm hoping
my birthday weekend.
Really? I hope there's no snow.
What day is that? A Sunday?
April 20th. It's a Saturday night. It's a day before Easter. And I did that because I couldn't.
So my birthday is on Thursday, I guess.
Day before Easter. So we're going to have the Easter Bunny. And we're going to also have, then after that, my next event after that is May 3rd. It's my Sinatra night. That's at the Coliseum.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to come to that, you could book seating, tables, whatever you want. I'm starting to take reservations now. That's going to be with Charlie Latoven again. She's going to be the opening act.
Okay.
And then there's going to be my Sinatra, Anthony Farino will be coming. After that, I'm working on my June 15th white party.
Is that your little black? Oh, that's your white party?
My little black.
The black dress is September.
No, October. It's actually October 4th.
Okay.
Is little black dress. That's in New York City at the World Bar. But I'm still working on a couple of events for June. I'm actually going to go check out the VIP because Tom Esposito's been asking me to go there. So I'm going to go check out that place. We have a couple of other places in mind. But we're going to... I'll be letting everybody know I'm working on it the next 2 weeks, new events. We're going to be working on the Klondike. We don't know if we're going to be definitely going on the Klondike.
Okay.
They did remodel, and it's a fortune now.
Huh.
So we'll be letting people know about that. But my white party is going to be June 15th. As of right now, it's at the Klondike, but I don't know about that. So I'll let everybody know, what's coming up. So that's what's going on right now. And then in the meantime, I will be having my shopping expos. April 20th, I'll probably do another one in beginning of June, because people love it, Vendors, if you want it, get in touch with me. I got spots. I go up to 30 tables. I think I have about 18 now. So I have plenty of room for people. You might even be getting a table. So people can come and see.
Unless Elmer J. Fudd with my mansion and my yacht, somebody wants to take me away from my birthday. Then he wants to take me away from my birthday.
No, the guy that you're going to meet on Friday night, he's going to come. Your prince.
I have a prince. He's 10.
He needs a job first.
Oh, yeah.
And a shirt.
Yeah,
and a shirt. No. And a haircut.
No.
Why don't you ever cut his hair?
You stop it with that, all right?
Would you ever cut his hair?
No.
Does he ever want his hair cut?
No.
Really? Isn't
Yes.
that funny? He looks just like his father.
Well, and his father's hair was as long as mine is right now.
I know,
so
I saw that.
We're a long-haired family. You keep your nose out of that.
Keep my scissors out of
it. You keep your nose out of that.
I have a nephew. My nephew Cosmo. His hair's down to here. His beard is down to here.
Yeah, see, I'm not into the face
and
stuff.
he's got that European look. I mean, he's gorgeous, but he's got the bun.
Stuff. Yeah, well, the man bun.
I love that.
See, I don't know how I feel about the bun. I'm good with the ponytail.
Right. Does he wear a ponytail?
My son will not wear a ponytail. His father always wore a ponytail, and my son hates it. He did it for a little bit, and then he don't like it.
How are they at school with your son? With him having long hair? Is that
fine? They believe me, they were jerks with everything with everything. It wasn't just his hair, but they were fine with it. I mean, always people do say like, oh, your daughter or whatever. They think he's a girl, and he just laughs after a while.
Mm-hmm. He goes to private
so
school?
He laughs after a while, and he's just like, okay, whatever. But like you said, a lot of kids now are wearing longer hair, so it's not like as taboo.
Our generation's really not. You know what I mean? Like people at our age.
Well, yeah,
that.
I mean, again, it just depends. Everybody, and you also, that's your
Preference?
genre of people. You're the suit and tie-ish more
love that
type
look.
of person.
I love that look.
That's right. Well,
You
and,
like that look?
I don't dislike it.
If I introduced you to a guy that had a jacket on and gelled hair, short hair, would you like him?
I can't say for sure. I mean, it would.
What are you looking for? What kind of
I
a guy?
told you everything.
No, seriously. What type of
Seriously.
a guy that you're looking? Tall or short?
No, I don't like short.
You don't like short. So a tall
Tall.
guy.
Tall,
long,
big.
guy. His hair, no preference.
Well, I just told you my preference.
You like long?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't like the real short. That's just
Like
I don't know.
marine look?
So
No,
I don't
that-
like that at all.
okay.
You got like
Have
me.
some hair.
I like people that are unique. I don't fit. I personally don't fit into a mold, and no one I am around fits into a mold. So I like people that are unique and that aren't. The reason why I've always been drawn to, let's say, people with long hair, for instance, guys with long hair, is because they don't care about the norm. Like you just said to me, oh, well, you get older, you shouldn't wear this and you shouldn't do that. I don't really care what you think. If I like it, I'm gonna do it.
But I never saw you wearing something short with your boobs out and really tiny little mini skirt.
Well, I didn't mean. No, I'm not saying.
But
I know you weren't directing it at me.
I think
I'm just saying.
Would
no,
you wear that?
If I wanted to, I would.
But would you?
No.
Now, because you don't want to.
No, and the funny thing is that I was just speaking to someone actually yesterday, and somebody had made a comment about me. I modeled tanks at a gym last week at a boxing thing. And I was talking to a friend, and he goes, I didn't know you were built like that. And I was like I've been the same person,
Right.
every time you've met me. And he was like, I don't know, you always cover yourself up. And I'm like, really? Like, I never felt like I always covered myself up. And then I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he goes, I finally, when I saw you, he said at one of your events, it was when I was Wonder Woman at one of the Halloween events, Valentine's Day. And he was like, I didn't know you had all that going on. And I was like, and I'm always so self-conscious about stuff like that because you don't want to come off. I think that's very important. And I've had men on my show and speak and say that when women dress a certain way, they present themselves a certain way, people think a certain way about them. And I never want to put that out into the universe because if you ever touch me and I'm not, I'll kill you. So I learned a long time ago, my girlfriend always used to do that. She used to wear like the stuff with her stomach hanging out. She had this beautiful stomach. And then she'd get pissed off that guys would touch her stomach. I go, well, it's a beautiful stomach. What do you expect them to do? You got it out there. They're gonna touch it. So I that's just me personally, and I think that everybody is up. Can do what works for them. I personally try not to do that because I don't want to attract that. I could certainly do that, but what am I getting by attracting that?
I think you look silly.
Yes, but even when I was younger, I'm just trying to say it was never my style to be that way. Then that's just my own thing. But again, getting back to what you're saying, like I am attracted to people that don't follow the norm. Like I like tattoos. I like people that
So
don't.
basically, on Friday, you like somebody who's weird.
So that would be actually, and from somebody on your end of the spectrum, you would think, because I'm sure you probably think I'm weird, and most people do.
I never thought
I'm
about.
unique.
Honestly, you know what? Want to hear something? I never thought about setting you up with anybody.
There you go.
But you know what? Now that I'm in the matchmaking mode,
Oh, God.
now I'm looking at you, and like I said, I was driving here, and I was looking at her, I was like, I wonder what Karen would want Friday. I want to ask her. You know what I mean? Like, what are you looking for? Like, if I was single, I would describe Frank. Like, I would say,
Right.
I would
describe my late husband.
All my boyfriends, including my ex-husband, all have the same. Like, they all wear gel in their hair. They all have DAs, right?
It's a look.
The DA. Right. They all have that. They all are built. They all wear suits. I mean, they jackets. My ex-husband used to drive Mercedes. Frank drives a Cadillac, but he's older.
Right.
I always liked older men. Like if I wasn't with Frank, I would date somebody in their 70s.
Right.
Yeah,
see, I definitely don't
maybe
like...
even 80.
Oh, my. Well, we were talking about what Rob.
There goes that father
yeah,
complex
there you
again.
go. Paging Dr. Freud.
But they would
Dr.
have to
Freud.
wear. I would never date a guy that has sneakers on.
Okay.
Never. I feel like sneakers are for the gym.
Okay.
And listen, you want to wear black sneakers with no laces? That's a sneaker. That's fine. But if you're going to wear the sneakers with ties and they're white and you got jeans on, that's a no-no for me.
Again, I think it's all part of...
And if I was trying to set somebody
though.
up with that, and it was a guy and he came and he had jeans on and shiny white sneakers, I would say, lose the sneakers. The white sneakers. Girls don't like white sneakers.
Well, again, I love you, Tia, but you don't like white sneakers.
Do you?
There could be 100 people watching
Let's
right now.
Could you
that
put your
like,
feet on now and
there could be 100 people right now that are going to tell us that they like white sneakers.
Can you go on the feed and ask questions? Ask questions about white sneakers.
All right. Well, hold on. But you're asking me. I'm more of like I would do.
If I introduced you to a guy, he had white sneakers on, would you say to me, T, I like him, except those white sneakers gotta go? Maybe. And then I would have to go to him and tell him, listen, she likes you, but get rid of the white sneakers.
Maybe.
But if you listen to me now, you won't wear white sneakers, so we won't have that problem. Right?
Maybe. Okay, wait, here we go.
Talk about the white sneakers.
Look, Mel just said, Karen, watch out. Tia's going to find you a man with long hair and tattoos and a Harley.
No, I don't know.
Say, look.
Ask about my white sneakers. What do people feel about white sneakers? If you're going out with a guy and he picks you up on a date and he has white sneakers on, is that yes or no? Very simple.
All right. Yeah. How do people feel about white? How do you guys feel about the white sneakers? I got to say, I'm not a sneakers type of person either.
Say if I introduced you to a guy who has long hair in a ponytail, muscles, jacket, and jeans, and he has white sneakers. He already doesn't sound attractive.
Yeah, but at the same token, John Sperling just said I'm wearing my white sneakers.
But he's probably at the gym.
He's not at the gym now.
Or where is he right now?
I don't know.
Ask him.
Where are you right now, John?
John Sperling, he's single, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Florida. So unless you're going to fly him in for Friday.
Well, you're in Florida. That's different. You probably got the little skippy white ones. That's totally different. With shorts, I'm talking about you're here in New York with jeans on, a nice jacket, and your hair's all gelled, and you got sneakers on.
No, well, but wait a second.
Men do that.
Well, wait, no, but that's a fashion faux pas. So it has nothing to do with the fact that he's wearing white sneakers. It has to do with the fact that that's a fashion faux pas. If you're going to wear sneakers.
What the hell is that, fashion faux pas?
A faux pas is like a no-no, you're screwing up.
I never heard that.
Yeah, a faux
pas.
Debunking. Boy, I'm teaching you a lot of words here.
Debunking.
And these are only like $3 words I'm throwing out at you too. Yes, it's a fashion faux pas because anybody that knows fashion knows that you don't wear a jacket and sneakers. That's just the way it goes.
They don't know, but what if they do? We got to tell them they not to.
If they do, then they're going to do that again. So my point is exactly that. If they're going to wear that with that to begin with, then you don't want to be with them from the get-go. And I would rather them not perpetrate the fraud and wear the boots that day. I'd rather them come with the white sneakers, and you got to accept the person for who and what they are.
This is how I feel. If you meet somebody who has white sneakers, but they have a great heart, they're a sweetheart, sneakers are easy to replace.
Absolutely.
You could change them in a second. You can go to Payless, even though Payless is going out of business. But you could go to Payless and get them a $39.99, black sneaker that has no shoelaces and say, here, honey, I bought you a gift.
Right.
But to change their inside, you can't change who they are. No. So people understand there are certain things that I critique because... something like sneakers that could be fixed, that's something I visually see. I don't know what's inside you. You know, you could be a douchebag.
Right, exactly.
Inside, and you know what I mean? The sneakers mean nothing, but if you're a douchebag and you got white sneakers on, you're done.
Well, again, it's a hard call, and you use the word weird, which I kind of appreciate. Socks and sandals, Allie, I saw that. That is the worst. That is the biggest fashion faux pas in the world.
I gotta tell you something, my father used to wear
My
that.
father still does socks with sandals, and I said, Daddy,
and
if
shorts.
you ever walk around around with me with those freaking socks and sneakers on, I'll kill you. So I definitely am all about
My
that.
son Guy used to wear that all the time, and for some reason,
hate that.
I love that.
Ugh, I can't stand that. That's the biggest fashion
Faux
faux
pas.
Faux pas. But you know what?
French?
I forget. I don't know. When the way I say it,
I'll
I
call
don't know.
my son Danny and see if they're saying that.
If they're saying in Paris, no, it's a fashion faux pas.
I love
How
you,
do
Danny.
you
If
not?
you're watching, enjoy Paris.
Yes, and thank you. You did a beautiful job on my.
Aw.
I love my. Look at this. Look at my logo.
Is that Karen or what?
That's me, baby. And look, with the high boots, and I'm still covered.
Right. And it's so classy and
I am so
cool.
covered. And then the actual drawing that her daughter did, which I love as well. So
You
I'm
can
all
start
set.
posting these now.
Yes, I'm all set now. It's been revealed. But in terms of what
What's Mel feel about those sneakers? She's saying it. Mel, what do you think about the sneakers?
She said I like the white boat shoes, she said.
Right, that's different. Those are Skippies.
You know what? Again,
My father used to wear those too.
But it's fashion sense, and I gotta say, I think I had this conversation with you. I think I had this conversation with you. You know, when I first met a person that we used to mutually know, I got a list of things, and I was very you got to sit by the door. You got to see what kind of car they pull up in. You got to see what kind of watch they wear. You got to see what kind of shoes they have. You know, you got to see that. And there was a checklist that this person was telling me I should go through. And I turned around and I said, that's all well and good, but and this was shortly after I had, lost my husband. So I said, you know what, if I would have gone off of that checklist, I would have never, my late husband didn't fit not one of those things, and he wore white sneakers too. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, but he was a lot younger.
Yeah, I still have them in the house. So he was 43 when he was wearing them.
Right.
He didn't wear them to go out, but but it's just that sometimes those things, when you're, depending on who you are, you have to know what fits you, is what I'm trying to say. So, me, I'm out there. If I'm with somebody, they have to be the most confident human being in the world. You see me out, I take pictures with 8,000 guys. Always. There's always pictures. And I'm not like you, because no one's allowed to take pictures with Frank. You don't take any pictures alone with that. And that's your thing, and I understand that, and I see how it can be misconstrued in certain things. But me personally, with what I do...
You don't see pictures with me with 10 guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I take pictures. I mean, you know what I mean? When we were out the other night,
right.
I got a number of texts. Oh my, is that your boyfriend? Is that a new guy? And I was like, what guy are you talking about? Like, what picture?
Right.
Because I take pictures with guys all the time. It's what I do. And sometimes I do a selfie.
Some great pictures.
Sometimes...
Did you see some of the pictures that came out?
No, I wasn't even talking about at that event. I think I was talking about on Thursday. You took pictures with the guy, and everybody thought he was my boyfriend.
Right.
And I'm like, I just
He's
met
actually
the guy.
gonna be there at the singles event.
He's
Ted.
a hottie.
Ted.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never met him before, and we just took the picture, and I guess people just made an assumption. Again, I have had guys that, they're like, oh, who's that one? Oh, you're with this one, you're with that. I'm like, I'm not with anybody, and if whoever I'm with,
right?
But I don't care, because first of all, if I do have somebody that is special to me, they already know I'm the most loyal person in the world. I would never do that, and I never conduct myself in any other manner other than a lady. Mm-hmm. No one is ever touching me. No one is ever anything. So you could take 1,000 pictures with me. I don't really care. And if you think you think I'm with this one, you think I'm with that one, anybody that knows me, they know that I'm not like that. So it doesn't matter to me. But I'm just saying, everybody's
and I'm so
different.
Opposite.
I know, and that's...
I refuse, if people can I take a picture of you? I'm like,
oh my God, when on Saturday night, I was standing with Frank, and Phil, the photographer, came over, and he went like this. Oh no, he went like this for us to take a picture. So I went like this, I looked at Phil, I turned around, I looked at Frank, I said, you're not allowed to take a picture. And I looked at Phil like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Phil, you'd get fired.
No, it was...
He did that once. And I told him, Phil, if you ever do that again, you're fired. So I'm surprised you even did that.
You know, it is. Look, he knows that he knows we're close. He knows we're friends. He didn't think anything of it.
And I hate to say, somebody did take a picture with Frank.
Okay.
We both know who it is.
I do.
Little Scutcha Mutcha.
I know who it is.
Tori.
Oh, okay.
She did a little quick one, and she showed it. She goes, "Can I post this?" I go, "Could you post it? You're deleting it." You know. So I don't know why she did that. She knows how I feel. You know?
Well, again, you know, I have to say, and I'm not, you know, look, anybody that knows you has to respect how you feel.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna feel like this today. Tomorrow, 20 years from now, and if I'm 90. And I felt like this 10 years ago, 4 years ago, 20 years ago, my ex-husband. I've always felt like this. So I don't change. What I can't understand sometimes, these girls, they say one thing and then all of a sudden they do opposite of what they said. And they change their minds within weeks. That's not how I roll.
You mean people that are easily swayed?
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
do not go like that. However I feel, if I feel a gut in my stomach to be one way, I will be like that the whole entire way.
Exactly.
It's also like my attraction to Frank. My attraction to Frank is the same as I met him 6 years ago when I saw him as it is today. You know, I am that type of person. My personality
consistent
is very consistent.
Right. I'm like that too. I'm consistent as well. I'm open though.
Right.
See, you're not open to things. I'm a lot more open-minded with things. There are certain things that are a deal breaker, but then there are other things that I really could care less about. You know,
I always turn the other cheek too, which I do. Like I always give a person like, you know, enough
rope to hang themselves.
And,
that's not turning another cheek. That's
learned,
just giving rope to hang yourself.
That you gotta
Well, look, you know, if you don't establish certain boundaries, then you don't establish certain boundaries. So the thing is like for myself, you know, where I am in my world, anybody that's in my world needs to understand that this is what I do. We go to events and you know, look, a lot of our DJs out there, they're married and they're taking pictures with women all day long.
Never.
But that's part of their job. Do you think DJ Serge, if you didn't take a picture with DJ Serge, what do you like? You would be like, what? You're not gonna take a picture of me? That's what he does. It's part of the spiel. It's part of it. You're in a different situation. Your events you control, and it is what it is. When they're DJing, they got 37 women walking over to them. They got to take the picture because those women are the ones that are going to come to their events.
DJ then.
Well, I probably wouldn't either, but I'm just trying to say. But it's all different and it's all relative. If you're secure and you have a certain type of relationship and people know what the deal is.
But I feel I am secure, but I don't like that. It's just
that's different. But again, if your boyfriend is not in that field where it needs to be, Frank, I think wouldn't be that if you were taking pictures with guys because you know whatever at an event. I don't think that Frank would be upset with that. He could care less.
He doesn't care.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So it's all relative.
It's me that'll be like, no, I don't want to.
Right.
Like there was like a whole bunch of guys and they were like, oh, come on into here. I was like, are you imagine me alone with 20 guys?
Yeah, but
I would put Frank in the picture.
But what does that mean though?
Me.
But wait, please digress.
Just disrespect.
So there's 6 guys and you in the picture.
Yeah.
And you feel that it's disrespectful to Frank to take the picture with why?
Yes.
Why? Because it looks like you're banging all 6 of the guys?
No, it's just disrespectful.
Why?
Because I wouldn't want him to do that to me.
Okay, but again, but why? If he took a picture with 6 of your girlfriends, then why is that disrespectful to you?
He took a picture with the dancers. I was right there. I actually told him to take a picture.
Right, so why is that respectful? But if he's taking the pictures and you take 3 guys, you put us in the
dancers are entertainers.
Okay.
They're not guests that are coming there. You know what I mean? They're entertainers. So it's like me taking a picture with Barry White. So you have control over them. I could take a picture with Barry White. I could take a picture with, you know what I mean, Bobby Flowers. I could take a picture with Lenny. You know what I mean? I could take a picture with, who else? You know what I mean? Any, you know, like people like that. Or with Phil if I wanted.
Okay.
You know, my videographer.
But why? Why is that?
Because they're maybe, like you said, because I'm control.
Yeah, I mean, because you have control over it. I mean, that to me though, but see, it's your way or no way.
I wouldn't want Frank to take pictures with girls and he doesn't. He respects me totally.
I understand, because you know what? He could give a shit one way or another. So you know what
anyway.
he says?
He
goes,
you
know what?
There.
He don't want to take pictures because he don't want to have to smile. But he's like, he don't care. He's like, you know what? It bothers her. It's one less thing I got to do. I'm good.
Right.
He doesn't really care one way or another, and that's fine.
That's
but
good.
If he did care, like for instance,
if I had a guy that was like, take a picture with all my girlfriends, I wouldn't be able to function at my events.
Yeah, see?
Because I don't want that. I never liked that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just didn't, goes back to when I was married. My ex-husband wasn't like that, So that's just how I am. I'm very consistent who I am. And in the future, if I wasn't with Frank, I would probably be with somebody that same way.
That you could control.
Right. It's actually not about control, because if he wanted to take pictures with girls, he would do it.
Yeah, but he would know that. No, he wouldn't. Because if he did, it's a deal breaker
to him,
for you.
It feels like it's not that important.
I know. I just said that, but that's not the point.
Right.
That's not the point.
To take a picture with some random chick.
Right, but that's not the point.
I go, what? Even if you took the picture, what are you going to do with it anyway? He ain't posting it. I'm posting it on my page. This is how I feel at my events. If he was to take pictures with girls, right? And all of a sudden I'm on Facebook, and all of a sudden I'm looking through the pictures, and what pops up is Karen and Frank. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, really? Where was I when you were taking this picture? I was over there running around like a lunatic or taking care of customers and stuff like that. I would be irate. But so he knows that bothers me, so he doesn't even entertain the thought. I'm the one that says, come here, take the pictures with the dancers. He goes, no, it's all right, go ahead. I'm like, no, come on, take them. It's cute. And I posted them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I like when he does that, when he takes them. But I would never take pictures with a group of guys, because I wouldn't want that for him to do that to me.
Okay, so
why.
Can I interject something?
Uh-huh.
Because I just, I want you to, because I'm trying to give you both sides of things here with things. So we were talking about you hosting this singles event, and you feel the way you feel, and you have certain guidelines, if you will, which on a universal level, they make sense. But people are individuals. So you have to keep that in mind. So you just said to me, you would have to find a weird guy for me, because in your head you said weird. Well, no, but you're not, I know you were, but I'm just saying, because when someone is different than you, then it's different. So, that's the whole thing, is that if it, to be a successful matchmaker, you have to be able to, it's like if you are a restaurant chef and you don't eat meat, you still have to be able to cook it and make sure it tastes good, because there are other people that are coming to the restaurant and want meat.
But you have to remember something. The people that do come to my events are not all clones of Frank. Frank is
I'm not saying that.
So that, if it was my choice of men and I was out there picking men, I would pick men that look like Frank. I mean, I'm being honest.
Which wouldn't be a terrible thing.
If I went to a bar and I went up to a guy and said, hi, are you single? 9 times out of 10, he would look like Frank. It's very hard to find people that look like Frank. But they would definitely have hair, gel in their hair, a jacket, you know what I mean? And they would be a little bit more older. I'm not really into young. So
you like more sophisticated, I think would be the right word.
Like my father.
Right, here we go again, paging Dr. Freud.
My father looked. Yes. The jacket, the overcoat, the Cadillac. It's old school. Look, my next guest is going to be Chris Ruggiero, right? Mm-hmm. Old school, beautiful. I wanted to introduce him to my daughter. So my daughter looked at him and goes, "Ma, he reminds me of Grandpa." Because he wears a jacket, his hair is gelled. She didn't even say he looks like Frank or anything. She goes, he reminds me of Grandpa. Because my father was like that. You know what I mean? Very like that, like that, almost like that gangster look.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think he's adorable. I would date him if I was his age. But it's so funny that is my look.
Right. But everybody has something that draws them to them. 100%. Right.
So if it was up to me, if there was a room of single men, it would be all men that, had slick back hair and gel and jackets and suits and stuff like that. But there are a lot of guys that I know that are not like that. You know what I mean? There are a lot of guys that ask me, what do you think I should wear that day? And I'm like, you know what? If you don't want to wear a button down, wear a V-neck sweater, a jacket. You could throw jeans on, pair of moccasins. You know what I mean? That's cool. You know, it's very casual, but yet it looks nice. Put a little gel in your hair, you know? And I'm all for the gel.
Well, let me ask you this. What about, like, body type? Like, I'm big, like, to me, a lot of people, especially now where the age that we're at, like you just said, you can't have a belly, a big hairy belly.
I'm not into hair.
See, I don't like hair anywhere other than on the head. And I also...
I mean, they could buzz down there. Why can't they buzz anywhere else?
The whole thing gotta go.
Right.
All of it gotta go.
Right.
And also, you know, like, you gotta be... Like, I go to the gym, you know, all week long. I kill myself to try to eat right, to look a certain way. The last thing I want to do is be with somebody that doesn't care about how they look when it comes to that. And I'm not saying, like... in the sense of I'm not shallow like that, but that's like, if that's attractive, you know, if you take your shirt off and your stomach, you know, you got a stomach, that's not attractive. I don't care who you are, it's not attractive. Or if your arms are like, you got nothing going on over, like, you gotta have something, you know, to bring to the table,
right.
You know?
Right.
So, you know, I think those things are very important as well, because a lot of us are out there, like you said, you know, you're trying to look a certain way. It's one thing to not know how to dress, because a lot of people don't know how to dress.
Right,
a lot of
easy.
people
That's easy to fix.
have fashion issues and they don't know. And some of us are very fashion focused, and some of us could give a crap about what we
if you don't know how to dress, that could be fixed one day at the mall.
One day.
So don't worry about that. You could just go, like I said, go to Men's Warehouse, get a jacket that fits you, wear a pair of jeans, wear a sweater, gel your hair, you're good to go.
See, like me, I would like see ripped jeans with like
But at our age, you think a man should, how would you think? Look at Frank. Imagine him coming with ripped jeans.
It's hot. Ripped jeans with the jacket and the right shoe. That's hot.
Good if
that's
ripped
hot.
jeans that on a guy.
It's hot.
Really?
Yep. I mean, not disgusting.
What do you girls think about that?
Not disgusting.
Wait a second.
Wait,
I'm going to get you somebody with ripped jeans with white sneakers.
No sneakers. Hold on. What I'm saying, not like the disgusting ripped jeans where they're holy and they need to go back to the store. I'm talking about the ones that, you know, like
shredded?
Like that they have the little thing on it or whatever. That's freaking hot. And
I don't
especially
think so.
if they got a kicking body, they take their shirt off, they got those jeans on, it's all over.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to find that at our age.
Oh, I will.
Let's be realistic. I think that we have to realize that you might get a belly. You know what I mean? But as long as it doesn't have hair on it, you're good to go.
Again, you know
that
what?
belly could go because you could put them on a diet.
Look,
but I don't think we're going to get the guys.
You're controlling. You're going to tell them to go on a diet? No.
No.
Come
I'm not saying
to
me.
No, it's like me getting a doll and then I have to put all this shit on top of it.
It's too.
I want you fully assembled.
Listen, they don't. Between now and Friday is not enough time for them to lose their belly.
Well,
but you could go get lasered if you want.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is at this age, everyone should come fully assembled. If you need help with fashion or whatever, that's different. You know, like
need help. Women. Let me tell you, there were some girls that came to my event that were dressed really nice. They had on black outfits and they had no necklace. And we put a necklace on.
It changes the whole look. They
looked like dynamite.
Yeah.
They felt beautiful. They were taking pictures. I was making them pose like that. We had such a good time. I said we were like a bunch of girls in somebody's closet. You know, in our mother's closet, putting on all the jewelry and stuff. But so many women left there and wrote to me and said, you know what, Tia? That necklace, I was selling necklaces for $20. They said that was the best $20 I ever bought. Do you know how many guys bought their wives or their girlfriends necklaces that they said, they haven't bought me something since 20 years, 10 years ago. But you know what I mean? So it was like, we make it fun. I don't make it be like, you gotta put your belly. We make it fun. Like, you know what I mean? I'll say it jokingly, but I do mean that. If you have hair is not in. You know, Mary Ramos has a sale on laser. Now, she just got a new machine that she's lasering everybody's hair. So if you want, I'll get you a good price on a laser. But, when you guys, meet somebody and you're ready to have sex and you unbutton their shirt and they open it up and you have a belly. And you have a belly, okay, but when you have a hairy belly, that's scary. Right?
It was all,
Men,
both things were scary.
Look down, go pull your shirts up. If you got hair, get rid of it.
If you can't see what's underneath,
no.
you got problems.
But listen, we can't be losing weight on Friday. Don't worry about right now. I don't even care if you're 200 pounds or 300 pounds or whatever. If you're a good person and you want to come Friday night and you want to see if you can meet somebody, come there. Just gel your hair.
Listen, it's going to be a different thing. A lot of us out there that are single, there are, like we were talking about, a lot of these apps, when you go out, a lot of these people are out there. They're out there, and everybody is everywhere. This is it's a more controlled environment.
Right.
We
know everybody. Everybody knows everybody.
It shouldn't be intimidating either.
No.
It's not like you're being put on the spot, like, oh my God, you're single. And, like me, sometimes I feel but I feel like sometimes, like, I have the scarlet letter on me, like, everybody's like, oh my God, that's the girl who lost her husband, like people whispering behind me. It's okay. Being single is not like a disease.
Because I didn't know that.
A lot of, believe me, especially
right.
it's happened,
right.
And it's fine because I own it and I walk that walk, and it's fine. And like I said, people can whisper behind your back. Whoever whispers behind my back and whispers in front of my face, it's all good.
Right.
But my point is that it's not going to be that type of thing, and that's what Tia. I mean, I'm breaking her balls a little bit today, because it's just what I do. But she really is passionate about bringing people together, and like I said, it's not just about a male-female relationship. It's also just about people in general. When Tia has a circle, she likes everybody to be in her circle. So if, you meet her, she wants you to use her guy. She wants you to do all this, not only because she's a control freak, but because she likes to connect, people, good people.
Because what it is? Why do you need to go? It's like, for instance, you're going to get your banner. Why do you need to go through maybe a company that you have a problem with? Or, somebody, they say they're going to charge you one amount. And when you have somebody that is, I've worked with my own experience, my own self, that I already referred people to and I had good, reports back from them. Why would you go anywhere else? It's like a hairdresser. Right. If I go, Karen, I know you're a hairdresser, but if I say, where should I go get my girls that ask me, I love the color of your blonde. Where do you live? I go. If they say in Westchester, I go in Rockland because it's worth the trip. It's 15 minutes over there. You want your hair the same color as mine? She'll do the same color. My extensions, all my girls that she was at my expo, she got like 4 or 5 customers because they knew that she does extensions on me. So why would you go try somebody else when the girl, I've been using her for 15 years. She's good with me. You know what I mean? So that's the part I don't understand. I'm the go-to person. I'm like, when you go to me, you already know, that I myself have used them. Other people have used them. You know what I mean? Robert White is with me 6 years. So why would you go anywhere else? Get a website? Is it the money? He'll work with you with the price. You know what I mean? So, that's how I feel, is that why go anywhere else when I'm the go-to person? And 99.9% of the people do respect me, and they do take my word for it, and they do use who I tell them. It's not a control thing. It's more of a thing that they trust me.
Right.
They trust me. They feel like, hey, listen, if she's done it, or they call me up, where can I have a 50th birthday party? Or it's Friday night, we have nowhere to go. Where should we go?
Right.
Like my girlfriends just recently went somewhere Friday night. They didn't tell me they were going. They said it was horrible. I said, I would have told you that. You wasted a Friday night. You wasted your money staying at the hotel. Just why didn't you ask me? They for some reason they just didn't tell me whatever it was. That they didn't talk to me that week, or it was a last minute thing. I said I would have told you never to go there.
Right.
Never Never to go there. Never listen to that. The band's horrible.
Right.
The place is. And they were like, we should have listened to you. Oh. So, you know what I mean? Why experience things on your own when, I've experienced them for you. So I can give you good recommendations.
Right.
Right.
Well, a word of mouth is always huge. And, and it's just, but again, some people just got to find things out for themselves.
Right, listen, I'm like that. I'll ask somebody, what do you think of this person? And they'll say they're no good. And I'll be like, nah, it's okay, until they screw me.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they screw me a year later or 3 years later or whatever, and I'm like, fuck, I should listen to you.
Yeah.
You know? So,
well, but you never know. You don't know till you know. So,
Right.
some of us have, unfortunately, when someone is bad mouthing someone, sometimes you do have to take that with a grain of salt, because sometimes, like we would just talk about before, chemistry. Sometimes chemistry doesn't work between people,
Right.
and people could be one way towards somebody and a completely different way towards somebody else. So it's hard to write somebody off until they did it to you. But you always keep it in the back of your head. But there are a lot of people that may have said the same thing about you. Oh, don't be careful with Tia. She's da 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 da. And then meanwhile they meet
controlling.
you. They what?
I'm controlling. What could you say bad about me?
Well, I don't. It
You're like,
depends on
I got a list. I got a list. Yeah, how I? What could you say bad?
People, anybody could
No,
say
what
bad
could you
things
say bad
about
about me?
anybody. Could say
I'm
bad things about
controlling?
anybody. And again,
I leave my charger behind. You have to get.
It's not about. I mean, I'm just trying to say. There are people.
I think
that,
Karen said that I was controlling quite a bit tonight, so I don't think.
Well,
you're gonna say
you're controlling. I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
I'm in Aries.
Hello.
Are you in Aries?
Hello.
You're in Aries?
Oh my God, Tia, really?
What's your birthday again?
Oh my goodness, April 18th.
Speaking of Aries and birthdays, I didn't know that, but April
You
6th.
did know that. I know you're the 6th. We celebrated our birthday
April 7th.
Together. We did at you had a cake for me actually at like 2 years ago at at Teresa
Carante?
Yep, at the Cancer Smancher thing.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Why didn't I have a birthday? Why didn't I have a cake for me? Because it was close at that date to you.
No, I don't know
It
if we
was
had
closer
two.
to-
I think, or no, you
Your
had your birthday. No, you had an event
My
for your
50th
birthday.
birthday.
You had an event for your birthday,
My
and then mine, that was after your
Correct.
birthday.
It was like 2 weeks after. It was closer to your date.
Yep.
But speaking of Teresa Carante, April 6th, I'm going to be celebrating my birthday. Are you coming to that?
I didn't get that far yet.
I think I sent you an invitation.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway, April 6th is Teresa Carante's at the Riverview.
Yep.
She's going to have Diana Ross, DJ David Michael, and Tita, your friends.
My lady Tia.
Yeah, Lady Tita's going to be there. And that's going to be, and my birthday is April 7th. It's April 6th. We're actually celebrating my birthday, Melissa Ann's birthday, and Chris Ruggerio's birthday. He's no longer going to be 19. He's going to be 20 now.
Wow.
And
He's
then
a
if
year
you
closer.
come, you will sing happy birthday to you. And we're going to be, I got a cake from Elizabeth Santiago.
Okay.
From Exquisite Cake. She's going to be making the cake. She will be there too. And I'm so looking forward to it because I'm not working. So what we usually do is get 3 tables.
Yep.
And we have the best time. Teresa Carante's running around like a lunatic because she's the hostess. And I am a guest and I have a great time. It was my best birthday was that when I had it last year. I had it there. So if anybody wants to come, it's April 6th. Just get in touch with me. I'll let you know it's $100 a person. Sit down dinner, and it's cash drinks included. Drinks included. So if anybody wants to go, it's
And
at
that's
the
for
Riverview.
Cancer Smancer.
Cancer Smancer, yeah.
So it's a benefit.
Yep. So that'll be really nice. So that's
Awesome.
coming up.
See, now you were worried that you didn't know if you said you didn't know if we were going to have it, and now we've gone 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
You see?
What happened to my Family Feud?
Family Feud. We started feuding a little bit now. We got Aries feud.
Good thing I'm dressed like here because the bottom part is my pajamas.
No, that's okay.
I just
Nobody
gotta throw my
sees us
pajama top
from
on.
down. That's all. You just strip down and
So
that's
what do we
it.
have to wrap it up?
Unless there's something else you want to talk about.
Is anybody saying anything that they have any questions or anything about Friday night, the singles event?
I don't know. Do you guys want to say anything for
anybody have
in
any
regards
questions?
to the singles event? I haven't seen any. The white sneakers I was trying to read.
Friday night, don't forget.
See, Mel said, "Hell yeah, Tia, you're a control freak. Who you kidding?"
No.
No,
I love Mel. Mel, I love you.
Yeah, from
Mel has an amazing estate sale. Did you go to it?
No, I did not.
Oh my God. I bought so much stuff from her. She has great stuff. She has a gorgeous house and she has an estate sale going on. So if anybody wants anything, she has beautiful furniture for sale. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of stuff that I bought her that I'm actually setting up my April 20th expo. I'm going to set it up like a boutique. with chairs and wait till you see how nice I do it. I got my mannequin. I got tables and I got chairs there. I got all types of like floral arrangements. My booth's gonna be great because I went to my event, my expo. My table was okay. I had all my necklaces on it, but some of these people's tables. Did you come? Yeah. Oh, you weren't there. Were you there for the fashion show?
My God, you see what goes on here? Yes, I was there. Whenever I'm at your events, you barely say 3 words to me.
Well, I don't say 3 words to anybody. I barely say. Listen, we took a picture together, didn't we?
I think one, and it wasn't really a picture together. There was one because I was standing near you, and the other one I was walking busy by, and you put me in. But you never talk to me.
I don't talk to anybody really. See how much I can talk to you now?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, because it's very hard for me because I'm working. Now let me talk to Frank.
Yeah, but I was there. Actually, I was with Mel. I was sitting with Mel at her booth. And then we made our way across onto the other side.
How were my models?
They were beautiful.
Were they gorgeous?
Yes.
I fell in love with the blondes. I told Frank I'm going to leave him for her.
Oh my. That's a whole other show.
Want me to tell you the best? I saw her naked because I was dressing her upstairs. I was like, I'm going to marry you. She had a body to die for.
Oh, that was the one that had her ass was like
Did you see her?
You couldn't miss that ass.
She had a great ass.
Oh my God.
She had a great body. She was gorgeous. You know what was nice about her? She was so humble. Yeah. She was such a nice, beautiful person. She's actually going to be at my... I hired her. I was like, whatever you want, however much you want. I had to pay the models, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they were gorgeous. They were just so on... They were so on point. There was only 3. There was supposed to be 4. But we did the 3 of them, and they did a great job.
Yeah, they handled it.
And it was, a lot of people were like, oh, am I going to have like sleazy lingerie?
Yeah.
It was not. It was so classy. It was so elegant. It was amazing. That was probably one of my best events. It really was. I had such a great time. And plus, I thought she was gorgeous.
Plus, you found the new love of your life.
Thank God she's not on Facebook because she's going to think like I'm a lesbian. But she was, I would definitely have broken up with Frank for her.
Okay. Paging Dr. Freud. Paging Dr. Freud. Here we go again.
But she was gorgeous. Gorgeous. I can't wait to have her back again.
Oh, my.
I told her I have a big crush on her.
Oh, God. Okay.
On that note.
I'm having a hard time breathing. Yeah, on that note. I'm getting away from you.
I hope she goes to my singles events. I'll set her up with me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And cut. All right, there we go.
There goes the ratings.
And that's Real Talk.
Sorry, Frank.
That's Real Talk.
That's join in.
Frank says, oh, my. And here we go. Ow,
that's one of my next events.
That's one of your next... Oh, the Swingers event. Right. I forgot about that.
Don't say that because people will start saying that.
People will think that was really just a joke.
That was a joke.
That we were kidding. There is no singles event. And
but I'm not kidding about her.
Oh, my. Well, I was trying to debunk that whole thing just now, but you went there, so... Okay, well, we're all good. So I appreciate, first of all, thank you so much for my presents. I love them. I mean, we'll give a quick, just to recap, we had the magazine that
with me in it,
that Tia was in.
Page 85.
Page 85, not to be mistaken with page 35.
Right. I see you probably the 3 look like an 8. The 8 look like a 3.
I'll give you that. And her daughter's logo that she drew for me, which is absolutely amazing. And then her son's logo, which
that you'll be seeing now
that
on
you
Facebook.
Will be seeing. Well, yes,
you'll be posting
and all of
them tonight.
Things. Well, I don't know. You might have worn me out, so I can't say for sure. And then this was my present, which is like a stand, which I absolutely love.
It really did.
Look, it's me.
Cute.
Cheers.
It really does, Karen. It's hysterical.
It's awesome. So
we did a lot with that. She really, right? You worked a lot with Danny with that.
Yes, because you and me are very detail oriented, and the fact that your son didn't kill himself, I mean, that was like a lot, you know? That was a lot between you and me. I mean, like, it was like the
he
poor guy.
Says that, Ma, you always have all your crazy customers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Your friends, they're all crazy.
Yeah.
I go, they're all like me, Danny. It's like, okay.
Well, yeah, it's particular. Like, every time time I was going, but I'm like, well, I don't like this, and can we change this? And I felt like Tia was going to kill me, but she understood. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, go back and forth.
You worked well with Danny, so that was good.
Yeah, I mean, we all worked well together, but it was, it definitely, it's
And thank you for reaching out and asking for him to do your logo, because he does do those. So if people are interested in doing it, he does it for a fee.
Right.
And my daughter too now does it, but she uses charcoal.
Right. So two different things, but both amazing. And it's really fabulous to see the different interpretations.
But yet they both look like the same person.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It was just phenomenal to see both of those,
and you
creations.
couldn't change Tatiana's.
Right.
Because Tatiana's was made of charcoal. So once you do the charcoal.
Right. That's it.
Danny was more computer imaging and he was able to change things more.
Right.
But Tatiana, you like it or that's it.
Right.
Because she's like, I go, Tat, could you maybe change it? She goes, Ma, I did that, and she did that in like 20 minutes.
Right.
And she was like, she don't like it, throw it out because that's it.
That's it. Done.
It's done.
Right.
She's
and
like a mother. Yeah. You don't like it, too bad, lump it.
You don't like it, go see where you gotta go.
Get somebody else.
Yeah.
I gotta go on vacation.
That's all. Yes, I gotta go spend my mother's money. I'm out. But I just want to also thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. I want to thank Miss Tia Maria for blessing us and gracing us with her presence yet again.
You.
She's
a
repeat offender. And I want to remind you guys some of the lineup that we have on Mondays. The Ride Home with DJ Paulie, a.k.a. the Portuguese Prince, from 6 to 9 p.m. Mind Candy Mondays with Rob Mush, 9 o'clock. That's
Rob Machetta?
Rob Machetta.
Thank you, Rob, he did my stage.
He did your stage, I know. So
ESU.
He's the first Monday of the month. So he was on yesterday. So I think you got to wait another month. We did I don't know if you probably didn't see it, but we did like a super show. And it was me. I went up to his studio and we did a Real Talk and a Mind Candy on the same night. So that was really cool. I got to like dance a little bit to the music and then we got to talk. So it was really cool. Tuesdays we have Steve, DJ Simply Nice from 1 to 3. And of course, Tuesday nights, Real Talk with Karen Stacy, 8 p.m. Then on Wednesdays, we have DJ Lady E at 7. And then the Mayhem Loyal Listener Show with Hamilton Czar and May from 8:30 to 11:30. Thursdays, we have Gino Caffarelli with Throwback in the Day. And then we have the Traffic Jam with DJ Michael Anthony from 4 to 6. We also have Friday nights, DJ Simply Nice at 8 p.m. And then Tony Sinapi, Friday Night Sessions from 10 p.m. on. Saturdays, we have the Ghazi Show at 8 p.m. And I know we have a couple of new shows. And I'm sorry, I keep asking for an updated list that I do not have. So I apologize. I think Luke has a show as well. And I want to say that's on Mondays from like 12 to 2. So I apologize if I didn't get that right. And
please. Can I interrupt you a second? DJ Anthony.
Michael Anthony.
Michael Anthony, because I did say, I know Gigantes is on Thursday nights. They're trying to make it a happening place.
Yep.
So everybody try to go out there.
Yep.
But DJ Anthony is going to be there. I saw on their schedule.
I don't know which Anthony that is. No. Michael Anthony.
Oh, okay.
No, his name is Michael Anthony. It's
right. So everybody on Thursday nights, they're trying to make that like the place to go. So Gigantes Thursdays at, I think, 8 o'clock. They get a DJ on, they're trying to make it the place for Thursdays. Then spring coming up, they have a beautiful outside area. Mm-hmm. So try to everybody go out there and support them. It's good for us because it's a gorgeous place and it's somewhere for us to go on a Thursday.
Right.
That's classy.
Well, Thursdays were always my thing. That's why I did events on Thursday nights because that's to me, it's a great night.
Right.
But just remember that this Friday night at the Coliseum nightclub, 7:30 p.m. is the singles event. So you can come and bring a single member of the opposite sex. There is only single people allowed from 7:30 to 10. And it is $25 to get in. And there will be hors d'oeuvres and
a cash bar
and some light music
and my mouth.
and Tia's mouth. So make
And
sure
me.
you bring enough money to drink heavily. And then at 10 p.m., it's open to the public with a $10 cover charge, and there will be DJ Lenny Santowasso, correct?
Yep.
So come down on Friday and, make sure you put gel in your hair and don't wear white sneakers.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And
shave your hair underneath.
And
show
and no
your
hairy
hair.
and no hairy belly.
No hairy belly or nipples.
No
You ever see
hairy
men that
belly.
have the hairy hair on around their nipples?
Tia, I'm throwing up with all of this. I don't like hair anywhere other than on top of the head.
Oh, what about that on their back?
Did you hear me?
I'm going to tell you a story really quick on this one. You could end on this one. I'll never
God.
forget that when me and Frank were in Atlantic City and we were having a great time. We were in the pool, and all of a sudden this guy came in there, and he had a full set of hair on his back, and I go, Frank, I gotta get out of the pool because he came in the pool. It was disgusting. Could you imagine a full, it's like a gorilla going in your bathtub, And I remember I ran out of that. Frank was hysterical, but no hair.
All right, wait, I just got yelled at because I didn't get through my list and I forgot my 19th favorite DJ, Anthony Mangini. He also does his show usually on Saturday nights.
You miss him.
Well, I didn't read all the way down, so, I'm sorry. Yes, we were, yes, and she wants you to see her engagement ring.
I'm engaged not to be married.
Right, but he keeps engaged not to be married. I love it. And all he keeps putting on here is poor Frank.
Aww. Why do you say that?
Oh my God, Tia, really?
Why?
Well, listen, to
Love
know you
me.
is to love you, my love. Let's just put it that way, and it's all good. But thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk, and yes,
see you Friday.
Anthony, I send you extra kisses. I am very, very sorry. If you could do me a favor and send me an updated list so that I don't leave anybody out.
When does he go on?
I would feel great. Well, Anthony does Saturday nights, but he does a lot of pop-ups. So, he'll do his Saturday night dance party. Right. But so it really depends. So that's why Anthony kind of is, where he's always on, but it doesn't necessarily him.
He doesn't have a set
usually, time. Well, he's supposed to do Saturday nights, but sometimes other events go on or whatever. So him and Miami Mike, actually, when they come on, it's kind of not last minute, but they do pop-ups sometimes. Right. So
Anthony, how do you like Karen's new logo?
Well, I don't know if he's still on,
he's
but
not
that's
on?
Okay. We can talk about that after. Well, I love my logo, and that's what matters. And thank you again for that, and your beautiful children, and come by on Friday night. And if you don't know who Tia is, please feel free to go over to her, introduce yourself, tell her that you saw her on Real Talk, and
go on my website too if you want to know any about my upcoming events. It's eventsbytiamaria.com. You can look up that, or you can go on my Facebook. Is Events by Tia Maria is my page, or my personal Tia Maria Montemuro, or Instagram. eventsbytiamaria.com on there as well.
Yes, so all of those things, and if anybody needs to, if you can't go through all of that, feel free to just comment or message me, and I can always put you in touch with Tia as well. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Love ya.
And everybody watch Family Feud.
Oh God, I think it's over.
It's on 10:30.
All right, we're signing off of MiamiMikeRadio.com. Okay, stop.